What happened there?
No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedated, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask her about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tinted. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh yeah, chat. What we doing, man? We locked, chat, or what? We locked, chat. What we doing, man? We still in intro mode, man. We in intro mode, man. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Oh man, chat, what we doing tonight, chat? Y'all locked in, man? Y'all ready to go? We got a good episode, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Let's go, baby. Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? It's saying it's Netanyahu reloaded. More questionable proof of life. Cuba catastrophe. And the top officials are outing Trump, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Y'all see we got a poll. We got an action-packed episode. Power to the plugs. Let me see some plug emojis in the chat, man. Are y'all locked in? H-Bus shouts to Lowry. What it do, chat? We are chasing 100 likes. So on your way in, double tap the screen or go to the top and hit the like button. We are chasing 100 likes within this first hour, man. We got an action-packed episode, man. We are going to talk about Netanyahu's reappearance. We seen him out with Mike Huckabee of Arkansas. They're saying that Huckabee's face was changing. Maybe he's a shapeshifter or something. I don't know, man. Also, we're gonna Candace has launched an investigation into Bibi Netanyahu's whereabouts as well. We got some people are saying it's old footage, some people are saying it's new, but it's Netanyahu. It's looking like he's doing a security briefing sidebar thing because he actually missed the official meeting. What else are we got a couple miscellaneous clips. We have Professor Jang talking about Epstein's world and how Epstein, Kushner, and all of these people interact, man. We also do have a couple more miscellaneous clips, and we have James O'Keefe went undercover in Los Angeles posing as a homeless man, saying that their petitioners getting paid $7 to $10 per signature, not an hour, per signature. Some of them are earning $1,000 a day, according to him. And we got Trump sitting down with a St. Patrick's Day bilateral meeting with the leader of Ireland. Oh, and Nicki Minaj. I don't know what the hell is going on with Nicki Minaj, but she just changed her album cover and she's like draped out in full Israel gear. I don't know, man, what Nicki Minaj has got going on. Also, we'll get into that guy. Do y'all remember the guy that got caught pleasuring himself, for lack of better words, in the drive-through of the Bikini coffee shop? You know, the Bikini coffee shops, they have like they're like little drive-through coffee shops, but the girls, they serve you your coffee in bikinis. Well, there was a guy that went through the drive-through pleasuring himself, and he got exposed for it and ended up going viral on Twitter. He unalived himself after all of the shame. And there's a documentary that has came out about him. We'll watch that trailer and break it down, see if y'all remember what's going on. We'll watch that trailer. It's only on Patreon. I don't have the Patreon. But Joe Kent also came out and posted he was the director of the National Counterterrorism Center. He resigned today and took a lot of shots at Trump on the way out, man. We got an action-packed episode. Everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. What's up, Tony? What's up, Big Niche? What's up, H Busta and Lowry? Man, y'all be sure to hit that like button on your way in. Let's get to 100 likes, man. We do got an action-packed episode. We gonna hang out tonight, man. I'm not going anywhere, so y'all just lock in with me. This first clip right here, man, we know how the economy's going. This guy is working offshore drilling, I believe in Australia, and he's gonna show us his paycheck, what's pretty much going on out there, chat. And I'm not gonna lie, it sounds good, but it looks dangerous, chat. I'm not gonna lie. The money looks crazy, man. It's something to ponder with the way the world is going, but I don't know if I can do it, chat. I don't know if I could be out there in the open ocean 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 8 months at a time, chat. I'm not gonna lie.
My first year in FIFO offshore. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not easy work. It's 12-hour days and we're literally in the middle of the ocean. Anyway, this was my bank account before I landed the job in my first week offshore. Then in the second week offshore, I only had this much in my account because my dad sent me, because we only get paid monthly out here. We work 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So this here was my first pay slip after working out here for my first swing. I got up to over $14,000. And honestly, when you see this pay slip hit your bank, it makes it all worth it. This next pay slip was after working out here for just over 8 months. We already hit well over 6 figures, up to 123,000.
So he had 123,000 of 8 months working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. 12-hour shifts, 14 days in a row, then you get 2 weeks off. He did that for 8 months and he's at 123 bands. Man, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. That's some chicken right there, but I don't know if I could be out there in the middle of nowhere, bro. I don't know if I'm ready for that ocean life, Chad.
And keep in mind, everything on this rig is also free, so make it over 123,000 on my 8th month out here. Finally, just over a year offshore, my bank account hit well over 200,000. Well, not well over 200,000, a little over 200,000. And yes, we do have to go to toilet in toilets like this, and yes, the fish does.
So look, Chad, for 200,000 a year, you working essentially 6 months out of the year. you know, you get 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So that's halftime. He worked there for a year, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So he clocked about 6 months of total work. He made 200,000, but that's how he had to use the bathroom, chat. He's pooping, he's peeing straight down the hatch, man, straight to the fishes in the ocean, man. Chat, yes or no, would you take on this job? Would you take on this job for 200,000 a year? Yes or no? Male or female? Yes or no, would you take this job on for 200,000?
200,000, a little over 200,000. And yes, we do have to go to toilet in toilets like this, and yes, the fish does eat it at the bottom, but all of this is all in hindsight when that money hits your bank, and it really does make it all worth it. You have free accommodation on board, free food, free flights in and out, and you're getting up to 6 months off a year. So how can you complain working out here? It's available for both male and females, and there's also jobs on the rig that don't require any qualifications. If you're serious about joining, check the website in our bio. We have a complete step-by-step guide that shows you how to get on board.
So yeah, chat, man, I don't know if I could do it, man. It's something to look into. It's something to you know, just check out, man. 200,000 a year. If that's what you can do, if you willing to be offshore and, you know, in dangerous environments, but you get free accommodation, you know, free food, free lodge, free helicopters back and forth, then that might be something for you. All right, chat. Now this is this is a lady. She's talking about her, I guess man took her to a $900 dinner. This is a 2-star Michelin restaurant, chat. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm from the country. I'm not with none of this shit, man. All the caviars and exquisite rabbit flesh fillets. And I'm not with any of that, chat. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. You could give me a good fish fry, a good barbecue plate, man, a soul food plate, chat. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. A pizza, man. Some stuff is just not for everybody, chat. Now, don't get me wrong. I do want the better things in life. I do want to have, you know, a nice life, be able to travel, you know, at will. But when it comes to eating, some shit I just don't want to put down the pie hole. And a lot of this stuff is stuff that I would not want to put down the pie hole. Wouldn't even want to try it.
My husband took me to a 5-hour, $900 per person, 30-course, 2 Michelin star restaurant in Copenhagen that happens to be the 5th best in the world, and this is everything I ate. In no specific order, this was a yuzu snow crab, egg yolk, caviar eyeball, inspired.
Egg yolk, caviar eyeball. Why would I want to eat an egg yolk, caviar eyeball? Like, this is the experience, chat. Now, I understand that you're paying for an experience here. I get it. Now, if we're taking the experience into it, okay, it might be worth $900 one-time experience. But as far as eating and shit, bro, I'm cool on the caviar, man. I don't want egg yolk, fish, egg, caviar, bro. Like, no, give me some damn catfish fillets.
By Big Brother surveillance. This course was a unique take on the famous Connecticut lobster roll, using lobster tail but shaping it as a claw. This wacky
that looks like a damn fish stick, man. They got lobster at the Dollar General right now, chat. You can go to Dollar General right now, pay like $7 a bag, man, and get you some damn lobster nuggets, bro. Like, that's all she's eating is a lobster nugget and some damn dipping sauce.
Course was beef tartare laid on a tongue-shaped spoon. It was called the tongue kiss because you have to kiss it to eat it. Each course was tied to a message. This message was the impact of plastic pollution. This was cod chicken pickle with fake edible plastic on top. This message was all about
chicken pickle. What the hell am I doing eating chicken pickle? Are you hearing the shit that they're eating, chat? Chicken pickle, bruh. Chicken pickle with edible plastic around it. For what? What purpose does this serve, bro? Why do I want chicken pickles? Not even pickled chicken. This is chicken pickles, man, with edible plastic. For what, bruh? For what? What are we talking about here?
Reducing animal waste and utilizing every part of the animal. So we had lamb's brain mousse on truffle on top of a little cherry.
Lamb's brain mousse. What is lamb's brain mousse? I don't know. Is that a mousse in the shape of a lamb's brain, or is that an actual lamb's brain? I don't know. I don't even know what she's eating here. I don't know what the substance. Lamb's brain. What is that?
Cloud. This world famous restaurant is called Alchemist, and this is the brains behind the operation. Chef Rasmus, he presented the next dish. One of Picasso's favorite meals was white bean stew, and we
White
to eat
bean
our own mini
stew.
Picasso. The dining took place in several rooms, but the main dining space was this immersive dome that reminded me of the Las Vegas dome. It really added to the experience. It was so theatrical. I drank this Daisy, which also doubled up as a
Egg yolk. Like, this is a egg yolk Daisy cocktail. Like, that cocktail, look at the consistency of it, Chad. Like, if this is supposed to be a cocktail, it looks thick and slimy like a damn egg yolk, bro. What are we
Daisy,
doing?
which also doubled up as a cocktail. This Danish take on a traditional Indian dish included langoustine tartare and some caviar. This was aged pigeon breast cooked in beeswax with some pigeon
Aged pigeon breast cooked in beeswax. At this point, Chad, they just doing shit. I'm convinced. They're just doing shit, putting a name on it and a price tag, bro.
broth and some truffle.
Listen.
This was aged pigeon breast cooked in beeswax with some
Aged pigeon breast cooked in beeswax in a damn tortellini shell. They aged pigeon's breast cooked in beeswax inside of a damn tortellini shell on some flowers. What?
truffle. This was another sustainability focused course emphasizing the fact that
Now look at
rabbit
that.
is a much better
They have rabbit lunch meat, bro. You just went in there and bought some rabbit lunch meat, bro. Look at how thin that little slice of meat is. This is rabbit lunch meat, bro.
protein option for the environment. It was 2 sheets of rabbit with some edible flowers. Apparently,
Sheets.
Chef Rasmus used to ride a motorcycle
For $900, I better not be eating sheets of nothing, man. I shouldn't get a sheet of anything for $900.
when he was younger, and he would notice bugs splat on his windscreen. Over the years, there were less and less bugs. So this was to highlight the
They playing with the food. That's what it is, man. They playing with the food, man.
impact of climate change, and this is basically like a mealworm sauce with some edible flowers. This chicken thigh course, shaped as a foot, highlighted the negative side of poultry farming when it comes to utilizing cages, but it used specially selected chicken. Next, we have specially selected sea urchin from the Faroe Islands. That was actually my first time trying urchin, and this also happened to be my first time ever trying cooked caviar. This was a laid potato bread that was cooked almost like
A laid potato bread.
croissant, and it was topped with some cheese and ham. This little heart consisted of 9 different flavors, highlighting the fact that when you sign up for organ donation, you can save up to 9 lives. This is a Nordic style dosa with cheese. Another cheese filled dish was this little mini warm omelette that popped in my mouth and kind of shocked me. This cheese ham and mochi ball was inspired by Barcelona tapas. This dish was also mochi filled with lobster topped with cashmere chili oil, and it was delicious. This was a dessert consisting of woodruff, white chocolate, strawberry and tonka. This dessert
Bro, this is appetizers, bro. They just got a appetizer platter, bro. They just walked y'all around the room of a fancy place, gave y'all ass an appetizer platter, man, and just sent you on your way.
It was called Reflection. It's an ice cream sandwich consisting of ice cream with some like blackcurrant sheets that were reflective. This mini scream will make you scream because it has citric acid in it. And this dish was a chocolate dish that contained no actual chocolate. We were then given shoe covers and an apron, entering
A chocolate dish that actually contained no chocolate. Well, what the was it? What was it? A chocolate dish that actually contained no chocolate. Lady, what did you just eat?
a room where there was a lady who didn't speak, but she handed us tubs of paint that happened to be edible, and next she told us to paint the walls, which we did. This amber-looking stone was made using Tasmanian honey. It contained a little bug, but that didn't freak me out because I've had ant sushi before. We ended the night with some sweet treats.
She's eating bugs and shit, man.
It contained a little bug, but that didn't freak me out because using Tasmanian honey. It contained
Tasmanian honey bugs, man. They just charged you to eat a damn bug, bro.
a little bug, but that didn't freak me out because I've had ant sushi before. We ended the night with some sweet treats. This restaurant has been on my bucket list for a while, so shout out to my husband for bringing me. If you're a foodie like me, it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but do note drinks are an added extra.
Damn right, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I wouldn't advise nobody to carry their ass back over there, man. The hell is going on here, Chad? Double tap the screen, shut the live out, Chad. We finna get into it, man. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Chad. I love black people as a whole, but sometimes the black community does some ignorant shit. And this right here is some ignorant shit. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I don't know what they was trying to do with this right here, man. This is some ignorant shit, bro.
Taxes, come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. You want that cash advance, you better file. Hey, file.
No, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wouldn't let these people within the 30 fucking miles of my tax return, bro. They gonna have all kind of furniture ordered in your name, man, refrigerators. You gonna have a Lowe's account, man. I'm talking about the jury. You gonna have some jury on credit, man. They might open an AutoZone account in your name, chat. I wouldn't let these people within 30 miles of my shit out here dancing in some pink fucking bell bottoms, and you got a backup dancer. Then do you see at the top it says $8,000 same day? I'm not going to the feds for you and Susie Q in the back, man. Susie Carmichael, man. I'm not going to the feds for you and Susie Carmichael out here dancing, talking about foul with $8,000 same day. How the fuck is y'all giving out $8,000 same day? TurboTax, H&R Block, and all of them, ain't none of them giving out $8,000 same day. But you want me to believe that this nigga and this woman is giving out 8 racks same day? Man, hell no, bro.
Hey. Come to Boss Up, we gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that max refund. You got a couple kids and you a single baby mom. Don't worry about it, little girl, that's my job. Come in.
Bro, like, what? Y'all going to the penitentiary fucking with these
File your
people.
taxes, come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. Same day approval. You want
$8,000 same day cash advances, chat. I don't trust it, bruh. I don't trust it, man. I don't trust no nigga in some pink bell bottoms and a damn, I don't even know what kind of chain that is, man, and a taper fade standing outside of in a parking lot in front of some screen printed $8,000 same day shit with a girl with some playoff 12s on, bro. Like, anybody filing my taxes in some Jordan 12s is cooked, bro. No, bro. If I bring my return up there and I see you sitting in some Jordan 12s, bro, we're done. We're done. Some playoff 12s at that, man. And playoff 12s was like $1,200 before they redrop, man. Come on, bro. You're not filing my taxes in no playoff 12s, bro. This shit's over with, man. Or some pink bell bottoms.
want that cash advance, you better file. Come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. You got a couple kids and you a single baby mom. Don't worry about it, little girl, that's my job. Come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes.
She's in the back hitting a chicken head, bruh. They want you to give them your information to file taxes, and we got this nigga hitting a nay-nay, and the girl in the back is doing the chicken head, bruh. When was the last time y'all seen somebody doing the chicken head, bruh? Like, my tax account, my tax professional does not need to be doing the chicken head, bruh. Not in the damn commercial, bruh.
Come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. Same day approval. You want that cash advance, you better file.
Talking about same day approval. So y'all hear the ad libs in the back, same day approval, man. Hell no, chat. Hell no. All right, we got one more miscellaneous clip, then we're going to get into the news, chat. Y'all double tap the screen for me, shut the live out. We're trying to hit 100 likes, chat. We've been doing good the last couple nights. We got to get to 100 likes. So double tap that screen for me, or go to the top and hit the 3 dots or the like button up there, man. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. This link right here, chat, that's how you support the channel. You can tip me, help me buy a new do-rag. You can buy a plug sack, Zod bag. We're taking orders on the t-shirts at that link right there too. You gotta allow 7 to 10 business days to ship the shirts out. But I know y'all been waiting on the shirts and the Zod bags and shit. I need a new do-rag. So go to that link right there and you can support the channel, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into this dude that was beaten off in the coffee shop drive-through and ended up unaliving himself. This story is crazy, Chad. I'm not gonna lie.
Sir, you need to leave.
So this is the guy right here. So I've been to this coffee shop, Chad. The coffee shop that this guy got caught. So it's a bikini coffee shop. The girls serve you coffee in bikinis. This guy drove through the drive-through, and he was beating off. And they recorded him and posted him beating off, and it went viral. And he ended up unaliving himself. I've actually been to this location. Remember when we covered the election and I went to Phoenix? I went to that location, so I know where this guy was at, which is kind of crazy. Like, he drove through there beating off. Is insane, bro. Insane. All right, here you go, though.
Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable.
He ain't have no pants on. None. He ain't have no pants on. He's riding through the drive-thru with no pants on. It's fucking crazy, bro. No diddy.
Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Police say a man took his own life after getting caught committing a sex crime in the drive-thru of a coffee shop.
Say his name! Nautical! Say his name!
Nautica's death is bigger than 9/11.
This was a recurring incident that all the girls were aware of.
You killed that man.
Nautica was a gooner.
He's left behind by his wife and 2 kids. Do you think they consider him a goon lord?
I think
they're worshiping this guy. The gooners are worshiping this guy. The people who just uncontrollably beat off, like, look, they're out there chanting for this guy. They're calling him the goon lord. Like, he went viral and unalived himself behind beating off, and they're worshiping in him. It's crazy.
Nautica's death.
We're gone, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. We're cooked, bro. We're cooked, bro.
Drive-thru of a coffee shop.
Say his name! Nautical! Say his name!
Nautica's death is bigger than 9/11.
This was a recurring incident that all the girls were aware of.
You killed that man.
Nautica was a gooner.
He's left behind by his wife and 2 kids.
Wife and 2 kids, bro. This man got a wife and 2 kids driving through bikini beans, beating off, bro. No pants on, man. I'm talking about just a t-shirt, taking a coffee order, beating off through the bikini beans, man. It's crazy, bro. That shit's wild.
Behind by his wife and 2 kids. Do you think they consider him a goon lord?
I think they view him as a loving father that did a radical thing.
I want to be just like my father. He was a gooner himself.
You know he did it in that parking spot.
No shit. That's messed up.
I analyzed that video over 1,000 times. That man had pants on.
Have you ever exposed yourself in a drive-thru?
No, but I probably will in my future.
You killed that man! You killed that man!
Acting like it's a joke is damaging for everyone involved.
The spirit of the gooner is really all around us.
I can't go! I can't go! I can't go! I can't go!
You wake up, goon. Sleep, goon. Breakfast, goon. Lunch, goon. Dinner, goon. You're gooning about 10 times minimum a day.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, chat. Press 1 to chat if you've ever heard of the term gooning. Press 1 if you've heard of the term gooning. Press 2 if you have not. Double tap the screen, shut the live out. Thank you, Najee. That shit is crazy. Yeah, we're cooked, bro. We're cooked, man. We are cooked as a nation. All right, where are we getting into? Let's see, man. Is that all the miscellaneous clips, man? Yeah, I think that's all the miscellaneous clips. Let's get into the news, man. We'll get into Netanyahu in a minute. We're going to go into this James O'Keefe shit, man. He went undercover in California and said that he has evidence that they're paying $7 to $10 per signature for some of the initiatives going on. Let's see what's going on with this shit, man.
God, we're going to give you $2. We just need 14 signatures.
The petitioner Brenda Brown hands cash money to the homeless person, not only for signing the California ballot initiative, but also as payment for them to register to vote.
Now, because you haven't registered, I need to register you so I can get paid too. I'm paying you guys, I need to get paid. Come on.
That is a federal felony. And it didn't just happen once, it happened over and over and over again. We personally witnessed and covertly filmed this happening at least 28 times over the span of our investigation, and that is just in Los Angeles. Many of The homeless have zero understanding of what it is that they're actually signing.
But what is that petition for? You know
the petition for? I do not know.
The petitioners instruct the homeless to enter made-up addresses like Pinocchio Lane.
What do I put as my address?
Yeah, just put you live on Pinocchio Lane.
Oh, you can just take it out.
Oh, good.
And all of this occurring just outside the front doors of shelters and NGOs such as Weingart Center, which have received hundreds of millions of dollars in government money. One Weingart employee tells us when and where to find the illegal cash exchanges for signatures outside, and says the cash being given out is coming from a higher source.
Do you know if they provide the money that they're handing out?
Yeah,
the company
that's what they give up. When they give the money out, they got to go back and tally up if they stealing the money or not, so they got to have signatures. Most of them they be right across the street under that tree. You can check with them Monday through Friday.
While another Weingart employee advises the homeless on how to practice plausible deniability and ignorance of the law.
See, they say ignorance is no excuse for the law. But a lot of times I have to say I didn't know. I had no idea.
Oh, that would be what he should say.
He should say.
Yeah. The petitioners orchestrate an elaborate pyramid scheme of unregistered petition circulators.
If I were to hire you, you would be under me.
Yes.
I'm under my son, I'm under him, and you under me. So it's like a pyramid game, and really, I don't need you, you need me. I don't need you.
One of the petitioners threatens to attack one of our journalists.
Go down the street, bro, before we move you down the street. I'll knock you out looking right at me.
Bro, why are you trying to be like that, bro?
Say I won't knock your ass out. Bitch ass nigga, don't come over here again. I'm gonna beat your ass.
And an employee of the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority records not the fraud, but the people exposing it.
That you okay? Why are you filming us? I'm with the LAPD.
You know it's a crime to say you're with the police when you're not.
No, I'm not with the LAPD.
Well, that's what you just said to me.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I just need one signature right here and right here. You get 2 cigarettes.
But it wasn't just cash that we saw exchanged for
2
signatures.
cigarettes.
We also saw the homeless being bribed with cigarettes and even drugs, marijuana, and all of that is considered.
Oh shit, bro! They're giving out 3 files for signatures, bro. Two Luckies, 2 loose cigarettes, and a gram of some Aldo for a signature is wild, bro. Look at how he picked up the weed, bro. Look at how he just picked up the weed.
Is guilty of a misdemeanor.
What? Sign a petition, get a free cigarette.
A cigarette. A cigarette, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Cigarettes probably high as hell right about now.
1 cigarette? Well, I just need 1 signature right here and right here. You get 2 cigarettes.
But it wasn't just cash that we saw exchanged.
Watch her
for
pick up the
signatures.
weed.
We also saw the homeless.
Look, watch her pick up the
bribed
weed.
With cigarettes and even drugs.
Look at that little weed, man. That little bitty ass man. He just got 2 grams for that signature.
Marijuana. And all of that is considered valuable consideration. And according to the petitioner that we spoke with earlier, it would be a crime just to give out water to anyone who is signing petitions.
Now, you don't give people money to sign it.
That's illegal.
Oh, that's illegal.
I can't even hand out water.
Really? You can't even hand out water? It's very hot in Los Angeles.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like voter ID, or no, not voter ID. It's voter fraud, they will call it.
Voter fraud?
Yeah, you're basically enticing somebody, hey, if you sign all these, I'll give you a free water.
Our undercover journalist continued to engage with this.
Y'all like that song? Foul, foul, foul. Foul, foul, foul. Come and file your taxes with me. Foul, foul, foul. Y'all like this song, man? It's almost like Top Dog Law. You ever been in an injury, ever been in a car wreck? Call Top Dog Law. It should be stuck in my head, bro.
This group in Skid Row and found the majority of homeless people who were being paid to sign, as you might expect, didn't even know what it was they were signing.
$2 petitions.
What are we doing?
$3 petitions.
You
sign 9 papers. What's your signature?
And what is
date, address, and then after 9, they're going to give you additional 1 more to sign. After that 1 more, you get $3.
But what is that petition for?
Nah, see, Tony, I can't get on the remix of Come and File Your Taxes with me. I promise you, man. I promise you, Tony. The moment they put me on the remix of Come and File Your Taxes with me, they're getting audited, man. They're getting raided, man. The SEC will be there in the fucking morning, Tony. You know it. I know it, man. If they put me on the remix, they got plug up here talking about Come and File Your Taxes with me. Oh, the SEC's there by the morning, bro.
Where's the petition for? What is it? I do not know.
They were also encouraging the homeless to just make up random addresses, such as Pinocchio Lane.
What do I put as my address?
Yeah, just put up. You live on Pinocchio Lane?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh, you can just take it out.
Oh, good.
This woman, named Brenda Brown, acknowledges that if the person signing isn't a registered voter, she won't get paid $7 for the signature.
No, we have to do this. Is this additional money? Now, because you haven't registered, I need to register you so I can get paid too. I'm paying you guys, I need to get paid. Come on.
Brenda Brown also has a stack of voter registration forms so she can get the homeless people to first register to vote.
I'm paying you guys, I need to get paid. Come on. Yes, she does.
The petitioner, Brenda Brown, then hands cash money to the homeless person, not only for signing the California ballot initiative, but also as payment for them to register to vote. That is a federal felony, 52 USC 10307. Whoever...
I wonder what TPUSA was they giving out anything. I know they were selling the freedom shirts when they were signing up the voters outside of in Arizona. But Chad, did y'all see this? Erica Kirk came to Arkansas, right? Y'all know Erica Kirk came to Arkansas with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and they spoke to the TPUSA and America whatever chapters. Arkansas's America chapter said that they are distancing themselves from the national TPUSA. They're like, look, we're our own TPUSA. We don't have nothing to do with that national shit. They said that Erica Kirk was in there saying, well, this is what Charlie would want, or Charlie would have said this. Keep trying to, saying that, like, they're pushing certain things and they're using, like, this is what Charlie would want. So the Arkansas TPUSA chapter, was like, look, man, we're not fucking with that. We're not with those people on the national level. We're doing our own thing, man. That's kind of crazy to me.
Knowingly or willfully pays or offers to pay or accepts payment for registration to vote shall be fined not more than $10,000 and imprisoned not more than 5 years. You can pay workers to circulate petitions, but you cannot give someone cash money to make them register to vote. You can actually see in the hands of the fraudster a copy of the California voter registration card. And this didn't just happen once. It happened over and over and over and over again. We witnessed it 28 times on video. We spoke to a nearby homeless person who claims the petitioners are scheming and seems to be...
All right, that's enough of that chat. We finna move on. That's James O'Keefe over there at O'Keefe Media, man. But we're gonna move on, chat. I need everybody to double tap the screen and shut a live out. We are chasing 100 likes, man. Matter of fact, let me see where the likes is at. We over halfway into the first hour. Let me see where the likes is at, man. We at 33 likes. That's piss poor, chat. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. That's really piss poor. 33 likes, Chad. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy, bro. It's kind of crazy, Chad. We got to get to 100 likes within the first hour, man. Y'all double tap the screen or go to the top and hit the like button. We got 70 people in here. If everybody hits the like button, we'll be that much closer to the goal, man. Y'all know we hit the like goals, we hang out longer, man. We don't hit those like goals, man. They get a little stiff around here, bro.
With technology that is...
All right, so this guy right here is going to break the news that we have technology that can transport people anywhere on the earth within an hour. I didn't know that they had that shit, chat. Did you guys know that this guy's saying that we got technology that can transport anyone anywhere on earth within an hour? Now that brings me back to that Dick Gregory clip where he was like, there's 2 Donald Trumps, and they seen Trump in 2 places in 2 places in the same damn day, halfway across the world. I don't know, man, chat. This shit's getting a little spooky.
Seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival, energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing, these are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique. The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here. But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour. To deliver Wi-Fi from space,
What's up, LL?
where you never need a cell tower to connect. To deliver energy from space, where you never have to plug your phone in, and it trickle charges, and you can use that energy over time. It can be applied to cars, to houses. The technology of Edison and Tesla that we live with in our energy environment, our paradigm today, is expensive, it's dangerous, and it's wasteful. Plug it into the wall, but yet that's what we all do because we are used to paradigms. The power of space will change world power forever. And it doesn't have to be a big country to do it. It can be a small island country, let's say New Zealand. Because the technology, if optimized, can change world power, and there's nothing you can do if you don't have that power. The nature of power. You either have it and your values rule, or you do not have it and you must submit. We see that play out again and again in history, and it's playing out now. But we get trapped.
All right, chat. So with him saying that, and he's mentioning a small country, it could be New Zealand. We know what Israel is a pretty small country, and we seen Netanyahu. I believe it was the video today. I believe it was a video today. I think it was the video with Mike Huckabee, Netanyahu. We're gonna break that down in a minute, see if it's AI or not. But in the video, Netanyahu ended the video that said, "We'll be watching from the sky." And now you hear this guy talking about all of the technology that could be used out of space that could make a really small country a global power, and there's nothing you can do about it. We got to connect the dots here, chat. Press 1 if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Press 2 if y'all don't know what the hell is going on, man.
How long do you think we have here in America before things drastically change overnight?
To the average person, I would say get your board in the water and prepare to paddle like all get out. The tsunami of a lifetime is coming, and nothing your elders have seen is going to prepare. There's no good advice to give that's specific. Let's put it this way. One of the things when people tell me about their moving from one city to another, I have a phrase that nobody likes, which is every place is over.
Shit.
Oh, I'm moving to Austin. Yeah, it's over. Miami, it's over. Nashville, over. You know, all these places are over. And every occupation that is named is over. I'm going to be a dentist, radiologist, accountant, teacher. These are all over. Whatever's coming, get flexible, get good on a bunch of different stuff. Learn how to think across disciplines. I have no idea what's going to be left for us. But you know, somebody's going to come out on top. And I hate to tell people that you should try to come out on top. I don't think it's healthy to have everyone trying to be world class. I think you should be able to just have a life. And I have a golden retriever. I don't know that it's the greatest golden retriever in the world. Sometimes I think it is, but he does a lot of dumb stuff. But he's my golden retriever. I just don't think it. I think that this mania for optimization, like if you look at your own videos, you'll find some of the best performing videos are, this is how to succeed. This is how to get anyone you want. This is how to get out of a bad situation. People just want capacity. But for what? Okay, you've optimized your day, you've optimized your health, your social media is optimized. Now what?
So again, how long do you think we have until things drastically change here in America?
All right, chat. So I'm going to ask y'all that question. How long do you think we actually have before things drastically change here in America? And I'm going to give a timeline of maybe 18 to 24 months. 18 to 24 months. 36 months at the most before things drastically change. We can go back to before the pandemic. Ubers weren't everywhere. DoorDash really wasn't a thing. Zoom calls, working from home. The world has already drastically changed from the pandemic. Let's just be honest. And in another 2 years, I think that this world that we're just now getting accustomed to will be completely different again. Think about the world that we lived in prior to the pandemic. Nobody was door dashing. Only kind of delivery that you got to the house as far as food was pizza. You had pizza delivered to the house. Everything else you pretty much got up and got for your damn self. Honestly. Nobody worked from home, really. You know, working from home was kind of unheard of. People got up and took their ass to work. Uber, Lyft, it really wasn't much of that. Now it's everywhere. Optimization. Now you don't just, first it was you just DoorDashed what? A little bit of food here, a little bit of food there. Now you are getting groceries delivered. You know, Amazon just rolled out today in a number of cities, what? 1 hour delivery, 3 hour delivery. If you're living in a major city, Dallas, one of these cities, you can order something from Amazon, pay $10 and have it at your house in an hour. An hour. 7 to 10 business days, an hour. Let's move on, chat. Let's move on. We'll get into this. We're gonna watch Trump, and then we'll get into Netanyahu, whether he's alive or not. We're gonna see what Trump said at his meeting today. Chat, double tap the screen for me. Share the live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We do go live every single day over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment. We have to get to 100 likes though, chat. Double tap the screen for me, or go to the top and hit the 3 dots or the like button at the top. If you see a neighbor in here that has not hit the like button, tell on them right here, right now in the chat. If you think it's somebody here that hadn't hit the like button, tell on them.
I can't go in there. I gotta be on the door.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor to have Taoiseach Martin from Ireland, and somebody that we know, we get along with.
It's printed by an Irishman, John Dunlap, and disseminated across the colonies. And Charles Thompson, who we discussed earlier, he designed the bald eagle, the seal of the US. So in many ways, our connection is foundational. It's historic. And the Irish helped to build America.
It's an evil group. It's an evil group. I mean, the best courses in the world for the, for the big opens. It's one of the big ones, the Irish Open. It's really become one of the most important tournaments in the world. It's going to do. I hear it's going to be a fantastic success.
It'll be a great success. Yeah.
It's a very,
Mr. President,
it's a very hard course.
Mr. President,
What progress have you made, Mr. President, in getting America's allies to assist the U.S. in escorting?
I want to know again, look at all of these reporters here, chat. I look at all of those boom microphones and shit like that. Nobody's going to ask, is Netanyahu alive or not? Nobody's going to ask, hey, we seen Mike Huckabee, at the embassy going to see Netanyahu. Is everything okay? Nobody asked, man. They have to have gotten the memo. For Trump to call all of this shit fake news, somebody has gotten a call because nobody has asked Trump about Netanyahu. Just look at all of these reporters. Look, she's linked the fuck in about the tip fall over Marco Rubio. She's so locked in, man. And she's not going to ask the question that's on everybody's mind.
Those oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
Well, we don't need too much help, and we don't need any help, actually. In fact, we just put out a notice. I was watching over the last couple of weeks, and all of our NATO allies were very much in favor of what we did. They thought it was very important. We were just discussing it, actually. Very important that we take out the nuclear threat from Iran, and we've done that very strongly, very powerfully. We've wiped out their Navy, wiped out their military in every aspect. Their Air Force is now decimated. They have no Air Force, no Navy. They have no radar. Their radar is entirely gone. Their anti-aircraft machinery is gone. Everything is gone. Their leaders are gone. I guess one of their top person was, they say, a lot of people say their actual top was killed yesterday, along with somebody else. who was responsible for the killing, the man that was responsible for the killing of 32,000 people over the last 2 weeks. He was in charge of the killing of protesters. It's an evil group. I mean, they've killed much more than 32,000 people. And the man who was responsible for that was also killed yesterday. And all of the NATO allies agreed with us, but they don't want to, despite the fact that we help them so much. We have thousands of soldiers in different countries all over the world, and they don't want to help us, which is amazing. I mean, amazing. And I didn't do a full court press because I think if I did, they probably would be. But we don't need help. That war has been long prosecuted, as far as I'm concerned, almost from day one.
Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day, Southern Breeze. The green tie doesn't surprise me because it's St. Patrick's Day, so I don't see anything out of the ordinary with the green tie because it is St. Patrick's Day, Chad. Because it is St. Patrick's Day.
We knocked out many of these things. We knocked out the Navy essentially in a couple of days. But I was surprised to see that NATO, while they agree that it was a very important thing to do, they agree fully. Nobody said, oh, you shouldn't do it. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month of when we had the B-2 bombers bomb the nuclear potential. I call it the nuclear dust. So I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us.
Y'all say Trump got a haircut. I wonder who's Trump's barber, man. Who's Trump's barber?
So this was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there. The other thing is, and I think, very important, we didn't have to be there for Ukraine. Biden chose to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on Ukraine. And I guess the head of Germany just made a statement that, they weren't involved and they have nothing to do with the war. But at the same time, they think we did a great thing by knocking them out. Nobody wants to have Iran, or anybody, but nobody wants to have Iran with a nuclear.
Now we hear him putting a little soft mention to Germany. Well, we heard that Netanyahu was flown into Germany, possibly in a medically induced coma. Now he's saying, oh, he's spoken with Germany and they're with it. Are y'all connecting the dots here, chat?
These people are crazy. They're absolutely crazy, and they're vicious, violent. I mean, they killed, think of it. They killed, now I hear it's about 41,000 people. They put out a notice 2 days ago. Anybody that protests will be immediately shot and killed. That's pretty tough stuff. So everyone agrees with us, but they don't want to help. And we as the United States have to remember that because we think it's pretty shocking.
President Macron has just said in the last hour that he will never join a...
Chat, let's do a live poll right here. Over or under $100? How much does Trump pay for his haircut, man? Over or under $100, man? How much do you think Trump pays for his haircut? Over or under $100?
A task force in the Strait of Hormuz until hostilities finish. Yet yesterday you said...
Who said that? Who said?
President Macron of France. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Well, he'll be out of office very soon, so we'll have to see. I don't know.
President Macron has just said in the last hour that he will never join a task force in the Strait of Hormuz until hostilities finish. Yet yesterday you said...
Who said that?
Until what is finished? So he's saying Macron will never join a task force to cover the Strait of Hormuz until something is finished. Macron also said that he's rebuilding their nuclear arsenal as not disclosing it to the world. So Macron is letting his nuts hang right now.
Who's that?
President Macron of France. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Well, he'll be out of office very soon, so we'll have to see. I don't know.
President Trump, on Doonbeg, you're building an extension to it at the moment, but there's been an objection put in, and it's being held back at the moment due to small snails. What are you disappointed about that?
Planning Commission is
I haven't.
That's what I'm saying. He said, what kind of question is that? Is that what he just said, man? At least somebody got some damn sense in the room.
At the moment, but there's been an objection put in, and it's being held back at the moment due to small snails. What are you disappointed about that?
Planning Commission is
I have not heard that, no.
Did he say what kind of question is that, chat? If he said what kind of question is that, he might be the only person in the room with some damn sense. We are sitting here as a country talking about where the f is Netanyahu at. We got all this other shit going on, and you're talking about some damn small snails, bruh. Like, somebody get him the hell off the couch, bruh. Get this guy out of here, man. He can't read the room. I don't understand how he got the job. Like, he's obviously a DEI hire. Man, anybody asking some shit like that, man, is clearly a DEI hire, man. Get this dude the fuck up out of here, man.
I mean, the course was built and it's been operated very successfully. Somebody's objecting, you mean an environmental group is objecting to small snails at Doonbeg? I don't know. It doesn't sound like the biggest problem I've ever had.
How close the U.S. to announce a coalition of willing to secure the Strait of Hormuz? Which countries are joining and which countries have...
Well, we've had great support from the Middle East.
What's up, Delphine?
Qatar has been great. UAE has...
I don't know, man. I don't think Trump's getting military cuts, man. I'm just going to be honest, man. I think Trump's probably had a barber that he's locked in with for a while, man. I don't think Trump's getting military cuts, man. I just don't see it.
Absolutely, they've been great. Saudi Arabia has been terrific. Bahrain has been...
What's up,
the Middle Eastern
C-Raj?
countries have been very strong in their support. And, of course, Israel has been our partner. Israel's... been very, very strong along with us. It's been a very strong collaboration. I was against Iran long before I even thought about Israel being against Iran. If you look back,
It's crazy that he even has to say some shit like that. I was against Iran even before I knew Israel was against Iran. If you look back 30 years and this, it's like crazy that we even have to talk about this shit, bro. Oh my God, is all hope lost, bro?
many years ago, I talked about Iran was a big threat to this country, to this world of ours, and turned out to be I was right. In fact, I said you have to attack Karg Island. You have to attack them years ago when they were acting up. They've been acting up for 37, 47, I guess.
What's
now,
up,
48
Katina?
years. For 48 years, they've been bad players, vicious players, and you can't let them have a nuclear weapon. If they got a nuclear weapon, I would say they would have used it.
What's up, Royal? Okay, chat, let me ask you this. Let me ask the chat, live poll. Yes or no, do you think Trump was influenced into this conflict with Iran? Yes or no? Or do you think Trump was influenced into this conflict with Iran?
Within 24 hours after having it. And they would have had it if we didn't bomb them out.
Make sure you hit the like button, chat. Double tap the screen. The like button's at the top. We got to get to 100 likes right quick, man. Yes or no?
Out from that great raid with the B-2 bombers 8 months ago or so, you would have had a nuclear war in the Middle East and maybe beyond. I think it would have hit Europe. Maybe not Ireland, but it would have hit Europe. I think you would have been a nice piece of it. It all gets you. It's big enough that you would have been affected. They would have hit Europe eventually.
Mr. President,
Mr. President, your director of national counterterrorism, Joe Kent, he just resigned today. He said he can't support
Here we go.
your conflict with Iran.
Now, before we listen to Trump's response, we have to remember, Joe Kent, I did a little research. I believe they said he was a Green Beret. Trump appointed. They said his wife was unalived by a suicide bomber, I believe. So he's lost his wife to this as well. Now listen to how they're about to talk about this man.
What's your reaction to that? And did you talk
Well, I
to
read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat.
Imminent threat. Imminent threat. He did not say Iran was not a threat. He said imminent. Imminent. about to happen. That means Iran was an imminent threat about to happen. I don't think it was about to happen. I mean,
every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military scholars are saying for years that presidents should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon. They were, if we didn't do the attack, or if, I'll go a step further, if I didn't terminate the Iran nuclear deal given to us, one of the worst deals ever made by Barack Hussein Obama. Remember when they sent Boeing 757s over there loaded with cash? Hundreds of millions of dollars. You would have been very happy.
okay, if you didn't terminate the deal, we wouldn't be in this conflict right now, for one. If you didn't terminate this deal, Iran might have kept going with the enriching the uranium. They might not have, right? So it's kind of a toss-up. I want to know where the intelligence was with that they were pursuing a nuclear bomb in that moment. That made it an imminent threat. We went from being 2 months away to 1 month away to 2 weeks away. We dropped bombs on them last June, supposedly diminished it, set them back 40 years, and here we are a few months later, and they're back 1 month away from nukes. When did 40 years turn to 1 month or a couple? Like, it's crazy.
This was a wonderful. They said hundreds of millions. People forget that. Does anybody remember? Right? You remember hundreds of millions of dollars in a Boeing 757. I think they had two of them loaded. They took the seats out and they put cash. And it was so much that there wasn't a bank in Virginia, Maryland, or D.C. that had any money left. They stripped them of all their money, put it into place, sent it to Iran, almost as ransom. That's not going to happen with Trump. And nobody ever did anything about it. Nobody ever said anything of it. Can you imagine if I did that? So they've been a threat for a long time. But they've really been a threat. If I didn't terminate Obama's horrible deal that he made, the Iran nuclear deal, you would have had a nuclear war 4 years ago. You would have had nuclear holocaust, and you would have had it again if we didn't bomb the site. So when somebody is working with us that says they didn't think Iran was a threat, we don't want those people because, and there are some people I guess that would say that, but they're not smart people or they're not savvy people. Iran was a tremendous threat. And virtually every NATO nation, and this is the thing, if they told me it wasn't a threat, and therefore they don't want to help.
So this is the research that I'm doing right now. It says, in 2016, the Obama administration arranged a $1.7 billion payment to Iran. This included an initial $400 million delivered in cash, followed by $1.3 billion in interest. The payment was tied to a settlement over a failed arms deal dating back to before the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The $400 million was flown into Iran in foreign currencies, including euros, Swiss francs, as sanctions prevented direct bank transfers. The payment coincided with Iran releasing 4 American prisoners. While officials initially said the two events were separate, they later acknowledged the cash was used as leverage to ensure the prisoners' safe release. Obama described the settlement as financially beneficial for the United States, noting Iran has sought more than $10 billion in arbitrage at the Hague. Trump, who withdrew from the U.S. nuclear deal in 2018, has continued to criticize the agreement and payment, claiming it strengthened Iran's position in the Middle East. In 2015, Obama signed a joint comprehensive plan of action with Iran and global powers to limit Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. Under the deal, Iran reduced uranium enrichment, cut centrifuges, and allowed inspections by the International Atomic Energy Agency. So that's a big deal with Trump right now. He wants Iran to give up all the centrifuges. He wants them to give up the centrifuges and the enriched uranium. And they're saying that they need that to accommodate over 2 million of their citizens who need who need it for medicine, for medicinal purposes, is why they need the centrifuges and the uranium.
But when they say it was a threat, and it was a major threat, every one of them, I think every one of them, I don't know of one that said they're not a threat, but when they say it was a threat, but we're not going to help, I think they're very foolish. You know, it's interesting. It's interesting because I could say this, that
chat, double tap the screen. That's how you support the channel for free. If you're having a good time in here, press 5. That link that I have posted down below, that's how you can support the channel, support the work. You can grab a plug sack Zob bag. I have a few on hand, or you can get you a t-shirt, you know, or you know, it's a few other things on there, or you can just donate, help buy me a new do-rag.
What's happening in Ukraine, we're probably in there for $400 billion. We don't spend any money anymore. They buy.
So $400 billion in Ukraine. $400 billion in Ukraine.
Buy it from us and they pay full price. But Biden gave them between $350 and $400 billion of equipment and cash. Someday they'll have to find out about the cash. And you could say that wasn't a threat. You know, we're helping them. So we helped them. And they didn't help us, and I think that's a very bad thing for NATO.
Are there any repercussions for NATO, and are you still going to China?
Well, yeah, on China, it's a little different story. We're resetting the meeting, and it looks like it'll take place in about 5 weeks. We're working with China. They were fine with it. We're going to say,
You said Pakistan bombed Afghanistan, 400 unalived. Pakistan bombed Afghanistan. Let's look that up. Pakistan bombed major cities in Afghanistan Friday, including the capital of Kabul, with Islamabad's defense minister declaring the neighbors at open war following months of tit-for-tat clashes. 1 day ago, one airstrike, 400 unalive. How Pakistan's bombing of Kabul hospitals became one of the worst incidents in Afghanistan's history. Oh, they're back bombing hospitals is crazy. This shit is total war, Chad. This is what you call total war.
Look forward to seeing President Xi. He looks forward to seeing me, I think. But I do look forward to seeing him. We have a good relationship with China. China actually has become economically for us very good, as you know. It's much different than it was in the past. And we have a very good working relationship with China. So we're making it in about 5 or 6 weeks.
Any repercussions for NATO for not supporting you on this? Any repercussions?
Well, no, I just think that it's not good for a partnership when they say what you're doing is a great thing, but we're not going to help. You know, they say what you did is a great thing, but we're not going to help.
Chad, this is the first time I've had a laptop that was touchscreen. I do want to help thank y'all for helping me grab this laptop as well, but this is the first time I've had a touchscreen laptop and I never really use it. Maybe I should start trying to use it. I've never used the touchscreen part of this shit.
In Iran, because the Iranian regime has told Sky News, if you put boots on the ground in Iran, it will be another Vietnam. Are you afraid of that?
No, I'm not afraid of. I'm really not afraid of anything.
Are you rethinking the United States' relationship with NATO possibly getting out?
Well, I'm disappointed in NATO that we spend trillions of dollars on NATO. Think of it, trillions over the years, many trillions of dollars.
The laptop was like $550, $600, but I bought it secondhand. I bought it secondhand for a couple $100, man.
It's one of the reasons we have deficits and we help other countries. And when they don't help us, I mean, it's certainly something that we should think about. I don't need Congress for that decision. As you probably know, I can make that decision myself. I'd work with some very smart people. And I'd always deal with Congress anyway, but I don't need Congress for that decision. But, you know, when you say rethink, I have nothing currently in mind, but I will say that I'm not exactly thrilled when we help them with Ukraine. Look, Ukraine would have been over in 1 day if we didn't help. Frankly, Ukraine would have been over in the first day. They had the best equipment in the world. It was our equipment, given by Sleepy Joe Biden. No charge, no charge. Hundreds of billions of dollars of the best equipment in the world, no charge. I will say.
Oh yes, the question I proposed on the poll. What is the poll? Let's get to the poll and see how many responses we got on the poll. 61% of 338 votes says yes, Trump has lost control. I posed that question because QAnon, their Twitter account, you know, the Qs, you know, the big Trump supporters, and everything is 5D chess and Trump was doing this and doing that. Well, Q came out today and said Trump has lost control, man. They're saying QAnon is pretty much off of the Trump train. Q the Storm on Twitter posted Donald Trump has lost all control. So that's why I posted has Trump lost control, because a lot of the Trump MAGA supporters are also, you know, they come in here with the 5D chess and Q this and Q that. Well, Q just posted that Trump has lost all control.
That I'm not happy about it.
Mr. President, two questions, one on Iran and one on Cuba. Is Iran now a bigger foreign policy priority for you than China? And on Cuba, the Cuban government.
Iran is just a military operation to me. Iran is something that was essentially largely over in 2 or 3
Iran is just a military operation to me, man. Prayers for the soldiers that we lost, man. Prayers for the fallen. Prayers for their families, man. Because this is no, man. Trump, come on, come on, Trump. Come on, man. Damn, bro. Damn.
Iran now a bigger foreign policy priority for you than China? And on Cuba, the Cuban government.
Iran is just a military operation to me. Iran is something that was essentially largely over in 2 or 3 days because the Navy was wiped out almost immediately. The Air Force came next. The anti-aircraft came next. I mean, we're flying over Iran. We could take out their electric capacity in 1 hour. We have all the, there's nothing they can do right now because everything is knocked out. They have no, again, no radar, no anti-aircraft. They have nothing. And we don't, and it was a decision I made. We discussed it, Pete, Marco, JD, all of us, Chris, we discussed it. We can knock out their electricity in a matter of minutes if we wanted to. There's nothing they can do about it. We can knock out their oil in Carg Island. The only thing we didn't take down was their oil, because if we knock out, I call them the pipes, very complex. But if you do that, it'll take them forever to rebuild, meaning whoever, and hopefully it's a sane group of people, but whoever it is, it's going to be running that, and we're going to try to get people that are going to run it well, and you know, it's going to be a prosperous, wonderful place. It used to be, you know, if you go back, it used to be the people are great, the people are smart and energetic, and it used to be very successful. Now it's a country run by fear. It's a country where they tell protesters, don't go outside, because if you do, we're going to kill you. Yeah, Cuba. Well, Cuba right now is in very bad shape. They're talking to Marco.
Yeah, Cuba is saying that they have about 3,000 citizens, residents down there that need dialysis, and they're going to pass away rather quickly if something doesn't change fast, because they need dialysis and they're in a total blackout right now.
And we'll be doing something with Cuba very soon. We're really focused on this, but we're dealing with Cuba. Marco, do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Yeah, I mean, Cuba has an economy that doesn't work and a political and governmental system that can't fix it. So they have to change dramatically. What they announced yesterday is not dramatic enough. It's not going to fix it. So they've got some big decisions to make over there.
But Secretary Rubio, do you support, and I know this is up to Congress, but do you support easing the trade embargo?
No, that's not a Cuba problem, because we got Cuba tied up right now, man. Remember how he treated, what's that lady's name, Steinbaum, Mexico's president, for sending that order to Cuba? Trump didn't like that Mexico's president sending that order to Cuba. Remember that shit was going on? Now, so for us to say it's a Cuba problem, it's kind of crazy. It's like Cuba got 3,000 people that are imminently about to die because they can't get dialysis and shit. And we're talking about 30-some thousand Iranians dying. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so why are their lives, why are the Iranians' lives more important than these Cubans? You know, shit, either way it goes, they're not American. So why are we putting the Iranians' lives over the Cubans that are about to die because they can't get medical treatment? I don't see any planes flying over there to help these folks get dialysis. I don't see anybody trying to cut lights on or send some emergency something over there. It's just 3,000 people we're talking about, man. That's a small town. We're talking about a small town of people about to fucking die. A terrible death.
If you get more cooperation from them.
Well, I'm not going to discuss what we would talk about or not. Suffice it to say that the embargo's tied
What's
to
up,
political
Jose?
change on the island. The law, the embargo's codified. And but the bottom line is their economy doesn't work. It's a non-functional economy. It's an economy that has survived. That revolution. It's not even a revolution. That thing they have has survived on subsidies from the Soviet Union and now from Venezuela. They don't get subsidies anymore, so they're in a lot of trouble. And the people in charge, they don't know how to fix it. So they have to get new people in charge. That's what.
And the relationship we have with Venezuela has been, I think you could almost say, incredible. It's been really good. It's been good for Venezuela and it's been good for us. And I congratulate the Venezuelan baseball team because that was a big win. And I guess they play another game tonight in the finals. And I said a lot of good things have happened to Venezuela lately. This is the first time they've ever been in the finals, and it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
Iran is just a military operation to you, but do you not have a day after plan? And if so, what is your day after plan for Iran?
Well, we have a lot. Look, if we left right now, it would take 10 years for them to rebuild.
You said, why do we have to Cuba? Where's the rest of the world? Trump labeled Cuba a threat. Do y'all not remember when Trump dropped the maritime dominance, right? The Monroe Doctrine 2.0, the Monroe Doctrine 2.0, the Monroe Doctrine, the maritime dominance. He said he wanted Greenland, he wanted the Panama Canal, and he wanted the Caribbean and Cuba, man. He labeled Cuba, what did he label Cuba? A threat, man. Can't fuck with Cuba, man. It's a threat. So it's kind of our fault. We can say that they don't care about their people and they don't want to help their people, right? But shit, man, at least they were still going to get dialysis and shit. We want to save everybody else in the world, man. But when it comes to these people with dialysis like these, we're not at war with Cuba, man. Yeah, they a little fucked up. Got a crazy government down there, but these people are on dialysis, man. And they're about to die. Like, it's no way around it. If they don't get the fuck out of there or the power doesn't come on, they're dead. I know they're gonna die. You know they're gonna die. This administration knows they're gonna die. It just is. We pick and choose when we want to be the savior. Trust me, I know. I sit here every day and say that we need to help our homeless veterans, get the kids in school free lunches, and take care of home first. But if we so choose as a country to reach out and help some motherfuckers, it's kind of like, well, you know you got a small town of people over there in Cuba, I mean, that's about to die from not getting dialysis. It's like 11 million people over there with no fucking power. I mean, you're the hegemon, right? You got some shit going on, right?
But we're not ready to leave yet. But we'll be leaving in the near future. We'll be leaving in pretty much the very near future. But right now they've been decimated from every standpoint. And again, we've had great support from countries in the Middle East, great support. But we've had no support from, essentially, no support from NATO.
You are so misinformed, another woke dim. I'm not a dim, Jerry Fairass. Jerry Fairass, I'm not a dim.
Has it been damaged by the fact that Keir Starmer isn't supporting you in this war? And has your opinion of Keir Starmer changed because of this?
Well, he hasn't been supportive, and I think it's a big mistake. You know, They make a lot of money on trade with the United States. I went out of my way, as you know, they couldn't make a deal with Biden because they had no real administration to make a deal, Biden. But we made a deal. We made a good deal for them, and frankly, probably wasn't appreciated. I do look forward to seeing the king. He's going to be coming, as you know, very shortly. But no, I was disappointed because Keir was willing to send 2 aircraft carriers after we won, because essentially there's no threat for the aircraft carriers right now. And I said, no, we want things sent before the war, not after the war is won. So, yeah, I'm disappointed with Keir. I like it.
You said no one is asking what the future would be if Trump hadn't made the moves that he had made. Because that's not the reality of the situation. Shit, hindsight is 2020. We here now, baby. The train has left the station. This show's on the road, man. What are we talking about? What would happen if Trump hadn't made the moves he made? Who cares? Shit, we're living through it now, baby. Shit, we got to see what the fallout will be because of the moves he has made, man. Shit, we could play this shit out any way y'all want to play it, man. If Kamala had won, if such and such, hey, man, all of that shit doesn't even matter anymore, bro. We're trying to make it out here.
I'm disappointed.
Trying to survive, man.
You see that man right there? You know who that is?
Churchill.
That's the late, great Winston Churchill. And Barack Hussein Obama did not want his bust in this office. Did you know that? And Barack Hussein Obama sent that bust back to England. They didn't want it. And when I came in, I was asked if I wanted it. I said, absolutely, I want it. And I put it right there, Winston Churchill. And, you know, unfortunately, Keir is not Winston Churchill.
Do you have
No, hold it.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you, Chad. I want to see BB do one of these, man. I need to see BB do an hour-long sit-down talk and shit, man. Otherwise, I'm going to still think that he's no longer with us, Chad. I seen Mike Huckabee in that whatever video walking around with him. I seen the little 30-second little security briefing video that he had and shit, man. I'm not buying it, chat. I need to see BB do one of these bad boys, man. Trump's in front of every camera in America, man, for hours at a time, running his mouth, talking in circles. At least he's not talking about all the, y'all realize Trump ain't said that he's ended any wars lately, right? We ain't heard that shit from Trump in a minute. I ended 8 wars. I ended 9 wars, man. We ain't heard that shit in a minute, man. But we still see Trump. He's in front of the camera. He's running his mouth. He's on the airplane doing gaggles and shit. He's calling in, acting like he's somebody else and shit. Listen, man, Trump's in the public eye. Where the hell is Netanyahu? Where is Netanyahu?
Just could I
hold it?
Just make a number of points. First of all, I think, notwithstanding what has happened, the transatlantic relationship between Europe and the US is very, very important on a number of fronts. And I think we've had issues over the last year until we settled them. And I think many of these leaders engaged with you, particularly on trade initially. Remember all the fuss last year, but we got a landing zone between Europe and the US, and I think we can get a landing zone again. And I think I just met with Keir Starmer last week. The British-Irish relationship is a very important one. Churchill was a great wartime leader, although in Ireland there was kind of a different perspective in terms of during our own war of independence and so on. He created his own bit of difficulties for us. But that said, he was a great wartime hero. Keir Starmer has done a lot to reset the Irish-British relationship. I just want to put that on the record. But I do believe that he's a very earnest, sound person who I think you have a capacity to get on with, and you've got on with him before, and you've got on with other European leaders as well. Sure. And I think you have that capacity again, and I think everyone exists. I mean, you cannot have a rogue state with a nuclear weapon or the capacity for a nuclear weapon. Iran was a sponsor of terrorism. We sanctioned Iran, all European countries did, as a and the IRGC in particular as a terrorist organization. They sponsored Hamas, they sponsored Hezbollah, the Houthis. They created mayhem, and most malign.
What are we talking about? Didn't we just say indirectly through USAID, we sponsored Hezbollah, America, we sponsored Hamas, America, we sponsored a lot of these rogue-ass groups throughout the world? Did we not just see the man at the congressional hearing say that we sponsor the same in groups that this man is talking about Iran sponsored? Like, what world are we living in it?
Force in the Middle East. The Irish position has always been ultimately, can we resolve this can we get peace? And obviously there's preconditions before you get to that situation. We had our own conflict, which went on for 30 years, and we learned a lot from that in terms of how to try and bring about peace. And I think I've listened to you in terms of, you're correct. I mean, our hearts go to the Iranian people who have been repressed and suppressed.
Indirect without intent is different from intentional, man. Oh my gosh. That you're just gonna keep giving your dopehead cousin money to get his hair cut, and then money to get his car fixed, and then money because he's late on this, and then money because he needs new shoes. When you don't see him with new shoes, he still ain't got a car, he still ain't got his fucking haircut, but he is high as hell. That's okay. I guess that's just okay.
For so many years, culminating in that savage murder of thousands and thousands of Iranians some months ago. No one was in a position to do anything about that. I think, and likewise with Ukraine, I mean, the Russians did invade Ukraine, have attacked civilian infrastructure and so on like that. And for the people of Ukraine who just want peace and an opportunity to live, I think we have to continue to work to see, can we bring peace, different regime to Iran where Iranians can live in peace again and the people in the Middle East can live in peace. And you're doing your bit there in terms of the work in Gaza and so on like that.
Man, listen, chat. When has there been peace in the Middle East, honestly? Honestly, since America has been a nation, man, when has there been peace over there, man? Let's just be all the way real, man. It's like, what are we talking about, man? Peace in the Middle East, man. When I hear that, man, I think of a lot of people dead, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. When I hear peace in the Middle East, it's sad to say, chat, but that's just my honest outlook on it, man. This is holy wars. This is shit that's been going on for a long time, and I think it's gonna continue to go on for a long time, or it's just not gonna be the fucking people there, man. It's gonna be a lot of people dead, man.
And I think that's what we want, is a peaceful resolution of conflict. That's where we come from as a small nation. Right. We've been peacekeepers all our lives. And we're the longest serving nation in terms of provision of peacekeeping forces in the world, as it turns out. But we think ultimately all conflicts come to an end, and I think we have to try and work towards that end. And I'm sure European leaders and the US administration will engage, and hopefully we can get
There's gonna be just a lot of damn slavery, chat. A lot of slavery. Whole nations enslaved and shit, man. Because it's like, with free reign, man, we understand that these groups in the Middle East will probably never just agree on anything, man. It's fundamental shit. It's a power struggle. It's a lot going on. Unless it's forced peace. Now that's where we have to dive into the entire question. When we're talking about peace in the Middle East, nobody said it wasn't going to be forced. Motherfuckers could, excuse my language, people could be in captivity. It could be back slavery. It could be, if you move wrong, it won't be. You know what I'm saying? It could be that, chat. And it takes me back to when I seen Netanyahu on that clip today and said, we will be watching. What did he say? We will be watching from the sky, or we will be watching from above, or some shit like that. I don't know, chat. It's just kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, the only thing, and I agree with everything you said, but we helped with Ukraine.
Yes.
And they don't help with Iran. And they all acknowledge that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. You yourself say, these are.
Chat, we're 20 likes away from the next like goal. Everybody double tap the screen right quick and we'll smash through that next like goal. Or you can go to the top and hit the like button. If you're having a good time in here, press 3. If it's your first time in here, press 4, man. And mods, welcome all the newcomers, mods. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Horrendous people. These are the worst people, and going back to Hitler, right? Going back to Hitler, these are the worst people. That's a long time ago, and there's been nothing close. Every problem, so many deaths, 90% of the people that got blown up by landmines, they loved them. Soleimani, we killed him. If we didn't, it might be a different story, because he was a horrible person, but he was a very powerful person and leader, smart. But we killed him. If we didn't, I think you'd have it. I did. But I think it would have maybe a different situation. It wouldn't have been so easy as it has been, because it has been very easy. It's all of their military is there, but you can always have somebody drop a mine in the water. It's like terrorism.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I appreciate all the newcomers, all the first timers, and everybody having a good time, man. Power to the plugs. Drop some plug emojis in the chat, man. That's what we do over here. We drop the plugs in the chat, man. Power to the plugs, man.
And then you have the people that own the billion-dollar ship saying, well, let's not move that ship yet because we want. So we thought that Europe would help that because they do have some minesweepers. But it's amazing that, they all said, what a great job. They would call me congratulating us on the great job we did with respect to Iran, and we knocked the hell out of them. And they're no longer the bully of the Middle East. They were known as the bully of the Middle East, and they're not the bully anymore. But you would have thought they would have said, we'd love to send a couple of minesweepers. It's not a big deal. It doesn't cost very much money. But they didn't do that. So, I think it's very unfair to the United States. Not to me, but to the United States. Go ahead, please.
Keir Starmer isn't making...
She's a fantastic reporter, by the way. Go ahead.
Thank you. The Prime Minister isn't making the case to the British public as to why he should be supporting you. Could you do that now, talk to the UK and to GB News viewers about why it's in their interest that we help you?
Well, because we have a tremendous long-term relationship with the UK. I mean, people would say it's the best. I don't want to get into that, but we've had... it was the longest, the oldest, should be the best, always was the best until Keir came along, and I like him. He's a nice man. He says everything beautiful. He's a very nice man with a beautiful family. Everything's perfect, but he doesn't produce. And I think it's very inexpensive. I just said, you don't have to send me aircraft carriers. Send me a couple of minesweepers. We don't need your aircraft carriers. But even the aircraft carriers, he would only send them after we essentially won. I mean, he's sending them when there are no planes left, when the missiles are down to 8%. They have like 8% of the missiles. The rest we demolish the missiles, and the factories, largely the factories are going even as we speak. They just hit another factory. They have a lot of missile factories. They have a lot of drone factories. And so he's, wants to send them when we don't need them. But we'd like to have minesweepers, because just in case. We don't know that there are any mines down, because we wiped out, I think, 24. They actually have to think of this for a country. They have 24 boats that do nothing but put mines in the water. This doesn't sound like a great country. This doesn't sound like a friendly country, but we killed all of those boats. They're at the bottom of the sea. So we don't even know if there are any mines there, but if there are, we'd like to have a little help in finding them, probably most importantly.
Would you like to change your Prime Minister? Do you have confidence in Keir Starmer? Would you prefer to deal
Well,
with
it's not for me. It's really for the people of the UK to have confidence.
Of course, but is he
I've been very critical of Keir, and I did it in a friendly way. I said, if you don't change your energy program.
That's some real shit, Trump. I'm not gonna lie. For him to say it's not for me to have faith in Keir Starmer, it's for the people of the UK. That was a nice answer right there by Trump, man. That was a nice answer. It's really not our fucking business whether we have faith in Keir Starmer. That's the people of the UK's business.
Thing and get away from windmills and go back to oil and gas, and you have something that's no other country has. Very few countries have anything like it, the North Sea. You have some of the greatest oil and oil deposits in the entire world, the North Sea. They don't use it. You buy a lot of your oil from Norway. You know where they get their oil? From the North Sea. And you pay a very big price. So why are you paying a lot of money? And I tell them, and you have the better part of the North Sea. So why aren't they taking the oil from the North Sea? Why are they buying oil from Norway? But they have windmills all over the country destroying those gorgeous Scottish fields and those beautiful fields all over the windmills, which don't work. They're tremendously expensive. And the best testament to that is the windmills are made in China, but China doesn't use them. You know what China uses? Coal. They're building 58 coal-fired plants right now, and that's up to them. But these foolish countries...
Chat, everybody hit the like button, man. Double tap the screen or go to the top. We need 25 more likes to hit the next like goal, man. We need 25 more likes to hit the next like goal. You said, is Trump going after Cuba too? Trump said he will deal with Cuba next. He understands that it's an ongoing situation. He did speak about taking over Cuba, and he did speak about, regime change in Cuba. Rubio spoke to Cuba a second ago and said that it's very bad down there. It's very bad leadership. I know that it's 11 million people without power, and they're saying about 3,000 of those people are on dialysis, and their death is imminent.
That are buying windmills, putting them out of business. I'm proudly telling you that we're going to try and have no windmills built in the United States during my... Because they're very bad. They're very bad environmentally. They kill the birds. They're unsightly. They make a lot of noise. And for some reason, the environmentalists love windmills, okay?
You say Keir Starmer is a very nice man. You say he's a very nice man.
I think he's a nice man. I think he's a nice man. But I disagree with him on two things, primarily. His immigration policy is a disaster, and his energy policy is a disaster. And they're about the biggest policies you can have. You've allowed millions and millions and millions of people to come into your country that shouldn't be there. And by the way, that's all over Europe. Europe is a different place. It's a different place. And I originate, to put it nicely, many of us do, from Europe. I love Europe. I've spent a lot of time in Europe. It's a different place.
What the fuck do you mean you originate from Europe, Trump? Like, what is Trump talking about, bro? Like, Trump is not reading the room well right now, bro. Like, I understand he's talking about his heritage and all of that, man, but listen, bro. Right now, it's not the damn time, Trump. You have to read the room right now. It's critical, man. What the fuck are you talking about? I originate from Europe. Oh.
It's a different place. And I originate, to put it nicely, many of us do, from Europe. I love Europe. I've spent a lot of time in Europe. It's a different place. Bad things have happened to Europe. Very bad things. And you better do something about immigration, and you better do something about energy, or you won't have a Europe.
What's your time frame, Mr. President, for when cargo ships can safely go through the Strait of Hormuz?
It won't be, I don't believe, too long. We're knocking the hell out of the coast. It's basically the coast and the water, and it won't be too long. And the Middle Eastern states, including Israel, by the way, who has been terrific, the Middle Eastern states have been helping us a lot. Go ahead.
That shit, I don't know, Chad. That shit is crazy to me how, like, you can be so proud to be like, I originate from Europe. I'm a damn immigrant. I'm a child of immigrants, and then we're so tough on immigration, like not even just tough on immigration, but so nasty about it. It's like, how can you be so nasty about it, but then in the very next breath, like, hey, I'm made from, you know what I'm saying? This shit, like, I originate from, like, this shit is beyond me, Chad. It's beyond me, bro.
You, please.
Mr. President, on fuel prices, what do you have to say to the people in Ireland who are paying sky-high prices because of your war in Iran?
Well, I think the people in Ireland are very happy that I'm getting rid of, I have a lot of friends from Ireland, they're very happy that I'm getting rid of a nuclear power, a nuclear terrorist. And as soon as that war's over, which will be soon, your prices are going to drop like a rock. You watch. I've been very good at predicting. No, in the back.
Mr. President, what do you think about our President's comments that your actions in Iran are breaking international law?
Say it.
What do you think about our President's comments?
Can you speak? You're speaking right into your phone.
Mr. President, how do you respond to the increased attacks by the Iraqi militia group?
You talking about, yeah, you should be proud of where you come from. I thought Trump was from New York. What are we talking about here, man? I thought he was from New York, man. What? Proud of where you come from? I thought he was from New York, man. What you talking about here?
Troops against the U.S. Embassy and consulate in Kurdistan region.
You want to answer that, JJ? Do you want to?
Yeah, well, Marco, obviously the Secretary of State, has control over the embassy. Look, there have been a lot of militia attacks against our base, or our embassy in Iran. I think Marco's done a good job of limiting the number of people who are at that embassy so we can provide essential functions but also protect our people. But it goes to show there are a lot of terrorists in that region of the world, and we've got to eliminate them when we find them.
And you can't give them nuclear.
You talking about you were a little unintelligent. No, I know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that he can't read the room. That's where I'm getting at. Maybe you just not picking up what I'm putting down. It's about reading the fucking room. His base is America first. He's talking about I originate for. That's why he started stumbling over his damn words, because he realized he was talking himself into a fucking hole, man. He's not reading the room well. I know what I'm talking about, man. What are you talking about, man? These folks don't want to hear that shit right now.
Nuclear weapons. You can give them rifles, you can give them guns, you can't give them nuclear weapons. I think we agree very strongly. Yes, excuse me.
Just first of all, I would say, like, Europe is still a very good place to live in.
Good.
Just to let you know.
I'm glad to hear that.
And our view is you have to have robust and fair rules around migration.
Don't use the word fuck. It's rude and unintelligent. His ancestry is from Europe, man. I know where his ancestry is from. Hell, he's white. I mean, damn, I know where his ancestry is from. Let's be all the way honest with this shit. And if you upset with me cursing at damn near midnight, maybe you need to go to bed. Maybe it's time to put the kids up, man. This is Plug Out the Dark. It's some real shit over here, man. It's some real shit over here. Put the kids up, man.
But on the other hand, a lot of people, within the European Union, we have free mobility of people. And in Ireland, our population is growing, but in a very positive way. Our economy is going well because we're attracting a lot of people from Europe and beyond into work, legally and validly in our country. In fact, I'd love if we could develop a legal pathway between the US and Ireland into the future, because of our history and so on like that, that we could have a legal pathway, because no one is in favour of illegal migration or and so forth. So you have to have robust rules for that. But fundamentally, I think sometimes Europe gets characterised wrongly in terms of it being overrun or whatever like that. It's much more robust now. There's much more stronger mechanism in place to facilitate legal migration. I think it's important that understanding is there. We need more economic growth in Europe. It doesn't have the same focus on innovation as you do here in the US. We discussed that earlier with the Vice President in terms of technology, in terms of AI. We need to pivot more to innovation as opposed to regulation. And I think investing in people.
Listen, chat. We're about 20 likes away from the next like. You said I don't have to curse to get my point across. Well, look, this is what we do over here. This is not traditional media. This is not C-SPAN. We hang the hell out. I'm a streamer. That's what I do. I come on here when I get off my work, my day job, and I come on here and I stream. I curse a little bit. I'm a sailor. It is what it's not for everybody. This is a very niche channel. You either love it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's very much well fine. We are on YouTube. There's 1 billion users on YouTube per month. I'm fine with you passing up on my channel. There's tens of thousands of creators on here. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody that might better suit you. But If you plugged in, you know, power to the plugs. We rocking out. We gonna have a good time. Don't come in here trying to narrate my script. You know, I don't have any producers. I don't have anybody to, you know, set up the show. I curate this here. You know, I curate this for you guys.
People, you know, and that's the key to, I think, our collective future. But we do learn lessons from here doing things and picking it up.
Prime Minister, Mr. President,
The Irish president has said that your war against Iran is illegal. It's an attack on international law.
Who said that?
The Irish president.
Look, he's lucky I exist. That's all I can say. Because if you're going to allow countries that are sick and demented, and they are demented, to have nuclear weapons, everybody in the whole world should be very thankful. And I'm disappointed in NATO, very disappointed. I'm disappointed in a couple of other countries too. But they should be very thankful that this group of people feels the way we do. Because if a country like Iran was allowed to have the power of a nuclear weapon, if we didn't stop them, I stopped them twice. I stopped them my first term when I terminated the Iran nuclear deal, which was Barack Obama's.
All right, we got us one, chat. You said people either love it or hate it, but based on your subscribers, nobody loves it. Chat, if you love my content, put a 7 in the chat for little bitty, what's your name? Sir Pimpy 5569, man. Let's show Sir Pimpy 5569 how much pull we got over here, man. Put 7 in the chat if you enjoy hanging out with me over here, man. For little Sir Pimpy, man. We finna show Sir Pimpy how we get down over here, man. Little Sir Pimpy 5569, man.
This deal, it was one of the, maybe the worst deal I've ever seen. It gave everything to Iran, including billions of dollars in green cash. I don't mean cash, I mean green cash flown over by airplanes. I can't to this day believe that was allowed to happen. And come to think of it, it would be a good thing for somebody to look at. Does the president have the power to hand hundreds of millions of dollars of cash to terrorists? But it began with that, and I terminated that deal. If I didn't terminate that deal, we might not be here right now. If I didn't terminate that deal, unbelievable nuclear holocaust would have taken place. And then I did it a second time when we hit them with the B-2 bombers, and we totally obliterated their potential nuclear weapon that they would have had in less than 1 month. They think 2 weeks, but in less than 1 month. And it would have been, I believe it would have been a much different world than it is right now. We have to go, we're going to a lunch, so maybe we'll take one more nice question.
Can I ask you how you're doing with your legal case against the BBC and their fake news documentary?
Well, the BBC was incredible. What they did is they had
Sir Pimpy says, you can think I'm dumb, that's fine. I don't really care what you think. I care about my people, which is why about Republican like real black men. I don't know what you mean, Sir Pimpy, but I'm going to offer you a chance to come up here, you know, and express your opinions to the chat. Mods, drop the Discord link for Sir Pimpy 5569. We'll see if Sir Pimpy wants to come up, get on camera, and have a conversation, man. Or we'll see if Sir Pimpy is a keyboard warrior, chat. If you think Sir Pimpy is going to be a keyboard warrior, put keys in the chat. If you think Sir Pimpy will actually man up and click that link and come and have a discussion, put man time in the chat. Let's see what Sir Pimpy is going to do. Are you going to be a keyboard warrior or get on some man time and come have a conversation in front of about 250 people, man? What are you going to do, Sir Pimpy?
Me speaking something I never said. And I've never seen anything quite like it. You know, CBS had that. We had the situation on 60 Minutes, and not the current owners, the past owners. The current owners, I think, are good.
No, Sir Pimpy, we need you on camera. See, that's the difference. A lot of people can call in and talk. A lot of people can, you know, get on and talk. We need you in the Discord on camera. You see how I'm on camera and I'm looking at you in your eyes and, you know, looking at you like that, man. I need to be able to see you, Sir Pimpy. You know, my chat would like to see you, Sir Pimpy.
Good, Ellison. But BBC took it a step further. They actually had, they put words in my mouth and they said, I said some pretty bad things. And I didn't say them. It was AI generated. And I said, I never said that. In fact, some of my people said, wow, that was pretty bad stuff you said. I said, what did I say? You know, I'm pretty good at this stuff. I mean, if you can go through years of these press conferences and you're a popular president of the United States that won in a landslide, that won all 7 swing states, that got record numbers of votes, I mean, so I guess I'm okay at this stuff. I said, I never said that. And then we found out it was AI generated. And they admit they made a mistake. BBC. But I watched them this morning for some crazy reason, and it was so inaccurate. Their reporting on the war was unbelievable. We have decimated that country. And if you...
Oh, just yield, Sir Pimpy. Just say that you yield. Just say that you would not like to have this discussion. It might be, you know, a little too much going on. It's okay. You know, you said drop a number or run. I want to talk to you and see your expressions, and like we want to see how you look, see how you're living. You know, like anybody can call in and talk behind, you know, a picture. Anybody can call in and talk on a telephone line. But it takes a different type of person to cut that camera on, you know. It takes a different type of person to cut that camera on. Or you can wait, you know. I mean, I'm probably we're almost 2 hours into this live, probably be live for another 3 hours, you know. We might do something like that then. But for me to stop my show and have a real discussion with you, yeah, you're gonna have to at least cam up, man. I charge $200 for 1v1 debates, man, for 1 hour 1v1 debates. I'm telling you that you can come up here right now on camera for free and we can talk about whatever. And you decline. You say, open up a phone line. My chat doesn't want to hear you talk. They want to see you and hear you talk.
Watch BBC. It's almost like they're fighting us to a draw. They're not fighting us to a draw. It was very inaccurate news. It was fake news. So I'm very proud of the term fake news because it was my term. I came up with it, but it's no longer accurate. It really is. It's corrupt, fraudulent news. It really is. It's fraudulent. It's not just fake. It's beyond fake. It's really criminal what they do. But I watched BBC this morning, and I don't know much about BBC other than what took place, because people were calling me saying, that was a terrible thing you said. I said, what did I say? And I said, I never said that. And we checked it.
Oh, all right. This is the last time I'm going to respond to Sir Pimpy 5569, little Sir Pimpy. He says, the thing is, I don't care what you want. I don't respect you. I think you vote against our people. So you pass judgment on me. You don't know how I voted. You haven't asked me how I voted. You haven't even sat in here long enough to really get a grasp on my ideas. You haven't read my bio to get a grasp on what I think politically. You haven't joined my Discord to see what's going on. You haven't even went back to look at my past content. You just come in here off feelings and pass judgment on me. And then want me to stop my show to let you call in to talk about Black Republican TDSC. I know your type. I know your type. You just want to hear yourself talk. You're one of those guys. You just want to hear yourself talk and tout this and tout that, which is very fine and dandy, but you're going to have to do it on camera. See, we're not going to argue with pictures anymore.
You agree? They agree. It was somehow generated, I guess, by AI or something, with me saying unbelievable. So we brought a lawsuit against them. They admit they're guilty, but we'll see how it comes out. Thank you. I like that question. I like that question. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Thank you.
All right, chat. We're gonna get into this this Candace episode, man, where she's talking about Netanyahu being missing. We'll see what's going on there. Then I'll show you guys the clips that Netanyahu dropped today. I can't even say video, whatever, man. They're post-dated videos, man, proof of life videos that look to be fake to me. I don't know, chat, or pre-recorded. It's a little crazy. But let's see what Candace talking about. We're not going to watch the whole episode. This is a little clip. I think it's the meat and potatoes. Double tap the screen, chat. We are 25 likes away from the next like goal, and we are still chasing the subscriber goal. What's going on, chat? Oh, it's hold on. Which way is it? It's this way. It's this one right here. Okay, yeah, we're still chasing the subscriber goal, chat. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, 25 likes away from the next like goal. If you would like to support the work, visit that link right there. We have plug sacks, eye bags, we have t-shirts, we have you can host one of my panels, you can debate all of that shit, man. Or you can help me buy a new do-rag. You know, I like do-rags, man. I need a new one, man. Go ahead though, chat. Press 1 if you think Bibi Netanyahu is still alive. Press 2 if you think Netanyahu is no more.
That, you know, there's some rumors that Bibi might be dead. I don't know if it's true. How do you have a microphone
Why is it so low
in your face at all and not say something about Gaza? Take it away. Take it away, especially now.
Chat, is that low to y'all? Is that volume kind of low? Why the hell is the volume low on this, man? Let me go to the other one. Let me pull up the real one, man. Why is that volume so low? I don't know, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that the volume's that low, chat. It pisses me off a little bit. Boom. All right. Here we go. One thing I do like about a lot of these bigger creators is that they put timestamps, man. I need to start putting timestamps on my streams.
All right, you guys, today is a good day.
All right, let's go to the timestamps. Let's see where this shit's at, man. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. 40, 50 people think BB might be dead. All right, 40, 50.
Supposed to do like cry every actually I do. You know what, I would be okay with somebody who cried every day for a bit after their husband died. Like, what kind of a question is that? Why are you gaslighting us like it's weird that we expect a widow to meaningfully want to stay home and crawl up and cry every day after they lose their husband? Like, again, it's like, where are the humans? They're like, well, what do you want her to do? Cry because her husband died? Sorry, I don't even have my hair in a bunch today. I was like, I just got fired up about that.
I'm not gonna lie, Chad. If I had a wife, man, and she wasn't, you know, a little upset if I passed away, that'd be kind of fucked up, man. I want y'all to look at her funny. Chad, if I ever get a wife, man, and I pass away and she's not acting like, you know, man, hey, look at her as funny, bro. Real talk. Look at her funny, man.
I'm sorry. It does annoy me every time I just think about it in the context of just the amount of gaslighting that's happening, the obvious, oh, everyone go, 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 go. Yay, somebody got something wrong. It wasn't Candace. They literally were making videos wrapping me into what somebody else published. That had nothing to do with me. They don't want to respond to what I'm saying. They just want to keep saying it's immoral. Okay. I'll keep ignoring somebody who's got like 13 adjacent sex trafficking scandals. Oh, no, it's fine that Erica's working with Harvest Church and they're currently being sued for trafficking children from Romania. That's fine. Look the other way. Everybody grieves differently. Like, these people are just disgusting. I said earlier, a friend was here. I said, Steph, did you ever think that we get to
Chat, double tap the screen, hit the like button, man. We got to get the 200 likes right quick. But did y'all see the lady that she wrote a book about her husband dying? She just got convicted of his unaliving. Did y'all see that, where she got convicted of his unaliving? She wrote a book about his passing. She was like $4.5 million in debt. I think that he had an estate worth $4 million. She ended up unaliving him, but she wrote a book before she got caught, and I believe she just went to court or got charged. Man, that shit was crazy, bro. Crazy.
To this point where, like, I thought we all agreed on the topic of like pedophilia, sex trafficking, like the kids. Like,
that's low key like OJ, bro. That's low key like some OJ shit, ain't it?
I thought that was like, okay, I hate you. Okay, I hate you because of this. Okay, LGBTQ stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we can argue. But then if it came down to it, if you were like, oh, kids are being harmed, like everybody suits up and goes to war. Nobody looks the other way. And this year has been the year of really recognizing that people are so despicable that they would take money to look the other way, like to pretend it's fine. Like it's a totally normal thing for someone to constantly be running adjacent to sex trafficking scandals in their life. It's not normal. You're not going to ever convince me that that is normal, okay? That is normal, that you would not find that to be problematic.
All right, chat, we can come back and watch that. I'm trying to hear the Netanyahu shit. Hold on. Here you go, right here.
Out of my face. Anyways, the good, not good. The news is some people think Bibi Netanyahu might be dead. And it is not verified, but there's some weird videos going around. I'll very quickly take you through what happened. Basically, on March 10th, Bibi had a very verified visit. It was very Bibi Netanyahu. I obviously watch a lot of his stuff by nature of the fact that he is the president of the United States. And he visited the National Health Command Center. And I will show you that here. And there's the clip of him, if you guys have, of him with kind of sitting at the health center. I don't know if you guys have that. You can run that. And yeah, so anyways, he was there. Can you guys pull that up? Trying to pull it in. Yeah, there he is. Perfect. And it's muted here, but you can see like Bibi just looks worn and torn, and this is the Bibi I'm used to seeing. And then there was a rumor that at some point later that day or on the 11th, the next day, that he got hit with an Iranian missile. Okay, that's not confirmed. But what then happened next is after that rumor floated, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, Secretary of the Treasury, was in a meeting and got taken out of the meeting quite abruptly.
I have not watched that meeting either. They said when he came back, he was visibly shaken, and he was talking about he was ready to send his son to the war, which is wild, chat. If y'all heard that, press 1 if that's what y'all heard. Press 2 if that's what y'all did not hear that, chat. Let's get to 200 likes. If everybody in here hits the like button right now, we'll smash the like goal. Everybody hit the like button right now, we'll smash the like goal. Double tap your screen or go to the top and hit the 3 dots. Please support the work for free.
And taken to the Situation Room, which people thought was very strange. So I'm going to show you that because it was very weird.
I listened to you on the...
The president wants you. Sorry, the president wants you right away.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem at all. See you shortly, Mr. Secretary.
You can work that in.
Mr. Secretary, I have to say, it's a first, I'm sure a last as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation Room. How was the president? Was he stressed?
No, the president is in great spirits. The Iranian mission is proceeding.
It sounds like he about to cry. Chad, it sounds like he's about to cry, Chad. He's trying to hold it together, man. This is a grown man. Listen, this is a grown man talking like that, Chad. He's about to cry. Wow. Oh, shit.
See you shortly, Mr. Secretary.
You can work that in.
Mr. Secretary, I have to say, it's a first, I'm sure a last as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation.
Y'all think he saw draft plans? Chad, if you think he saw draft plans, put draft in the chat, man. If you think he saw draft plans, put draft in the chat. If you think it was something involving Netanyahu, put BB in the chat or something, man. Let me know, chat. Do y'all think it was the draft or do y'all think it was something to do with Netanyahu, man? Do y'all think it was the draft or Netanyahu? Everybody hit the like button, chat. We still haven't hit the like goal. That's crazy, man. Double tap the screen or go to the top and hit the 3 dots, man. Support the work for free. What are we doing, chat? Wake up, man.
Situation Room. How was the president? Was he stressed?
Oh, aliens?
No,
I didn't think about
the president
aliens.
is in great spirits. The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule, and I have to tell you, Wolf, that I've a teenager who's considering.
Oh, y'all saying he's stuttering? Y'all saying he's not nervous? He's just stuttering? Nah, man, y'all telling me he's not nervous, he's stuttering. Somebody said he seen Netanyahu's body. Man, they ain't showed that man Netanyahu's body. His voice just shaking. So is he stuttering or is he scared?
During military service, And I could give this team my highest compliment, from President Trump to the head of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of War. I would say that
Lil Charles Broadwater 2956 said, get a job. I got one, Charles Broadwater, but you can support the work down here at this link right there. We got plug sack Zy bags for sale. We got a tip jar to where you can buy me a new do-rag, man. Or you can just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because we are 23 subscribers away from the next sub goal, chat. 23 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Little Charles Broadwater 2957.
that I would trust my child's life in their hands.
Very strange. 2-hour situation room gets pulled in. Again, that's on the 12th. Then on the following day, on the 13th, something very strange happened. DCA, both Ronald Reagan Airport and Dulles Airport, which is in DC, plus Baltimore Airport, which is the nearest, plus Richmond Airport, which would be also just outside of DC. All of them just got shut down. And they said, because there was a strong odor coming from the Potomac River. What? It was shut down for about 2 hours, 20 minutes. And then when they came back, they said that there was a circuit board that overheated. They didn't say where that circuit board overheated, but that was the reason they shut down 4 airports around the White House. No, that's obviously a lie. Something happened. To me, it's like they were trying to get somebody in or get somebody out, and they didn't want anybody else in the air. That's my opinion. Obviously not a fact. Then people were going, I really think BB's dead. I think he's dead. And then came Fingergate, essentially, on the 14th. They then posted this video. I'm referring to Israel, posted a video, the Prime Minister's official account, and it just feels AI is what I would say. It feels AI. Look at his forehead. He's like totally cleared face now. It's supposed to be like live. It's not. People thought that they saw 6 fingers. Some people dispute that. They think it's just a fat pocket. We can definitely say he's smoothed out. And what's also notable is that despite being there, allegedly, he missed the Security Council meeting, which is purportedly highly unusual that he would miss that meeting. They sent somebody else in his place. I think Israel Katz ran it.
Yes, they will lie about Bibi if he's dead. I think Netanyahu will run the country from the grave. I think that AI has gotten to a point that we're in 2026, that these world leaders can be immortalized. They can keep it going. Remember reports that Queen Elizabeth had died came out almost 1.5 years, 2 years before they announced the death. You remember that? Hey, allegedly they, was hiding that for a long time, allegedly. So I do think that now that we have AI at this point and we're training the AI, every time that YouTube has a thing where you can report the AI videos if it looks like AI slop, what that is doing is training the AI so that it can make better videos that can go undetected. When we're sitting here doing all of this shit, we are training these intentionally, unintentionally, knowingly, not knowingly, so they can pass as real. Why do you think now when you upload videos on whether it's TikTok or Snapchat, they put that filter, that little film automatically over you? Because they're trying to merge the digital and physical in your brain. The way our brains react and the way we interpret information, we try to make those connections. I noticed it before when I was doing trying to make shorts and reels and shit, and I'm like, why are they always trying to make my face look cartoonish or look like it's not, like I'm paying a lot of money for these phones and shit. They say the camera is supposed to be excellent. Why, when I use a app, my camera is not just straightforward anymore? Any app, they're blurring the realities so they can pass off these AI videos a lot easier. Your brain will already be trained to it. Snapchat filters and all of that shit, man.
Then somebody noted that his son, Yair Netanyahu, who normally tweets or retweets about 30 times a day, like he's constantly retweeting, he went completely radio silent for 7 days. 7 days. which was
exactly free roamer. You said the problem with AI now, even when something isn't AI, people will think it is. It works both ways. They're blurring the lines. You know what I'm saying? That's where we go back to that believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. They're blurring the lines right now. We're actually at that critical point in the world. We're seeing it. You don't know if it's a lot of times, Chad, the telltale sign that something is AI is the voices. You know, Sora and these certain AI tools have a particular voice. The voices sound a little different. You know, the video has like a little weird film to it. Once they get that shit corrected, they're another step closer to blurring that line. Right. And I'm telling you, Chad, the shit's getting crazy.
Definitively atypical. You can go and look up his pattern of tweeting. Very strange. And then finally, like Bibi Netanyahu 2 days ago on March 15th posts a video, and it is highly produced, like using HD cameras, a boom mic. They've got a film crew that's being used. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. Now he looks younger than me. He's now, he went from Benjamin Netanyahu to Benjamin Button. Okay, he's going backwards. It's time to soak up.
Benjamin Button. Benjamin Button is crazy. That might be BB's new name over here, man. Benjamin Button. All right, chat. Double tap the screen for me. We're 25 likes from 250, man. Let's hit 250 likes right quick. If everybody double taps the screen or hits the 3 dots at the top or the little thumb, however it is, man, we'll smash that like goal, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, rocking with me. If you're having a good time in here, put good time in the chat, man. If you're having a good time, let everybody know that you're having a good time, man.
I've never seen anything like this. You're in the middle of war. People are in bunkers. You're supposed to be in Jerusalem. But he's doing this to prove he's alive.
Right. So his security meeting was in Tel Aviv. He didn't show up. He missed another security meeting in Tel Aviv, didn't show up. But he's 50 minutes away in the mountains of Jerusalem, just getting a coffee in the middle of wartime. If he's hiding, he's not doing a good job of it. Because why do a damn go to the coffee shop in Jerusalem, 50 miles away? You know, it's a little bit odd to me, Chad. It's a little odd that a wartime president is going out trying to do proof of life videos in the middle of Jerusalem while security meetings are going on. Now, him missing the security meeting, it's either, here nor there. Maybe he shows up from a video prompter. It is weird that he's not there. It is weird.
He gets this like coffee shop thing going on, and it's just weird. I mean, the reality is it's just very weird. You don't have to work this hard to prove you're alive. And then they drop this video, which you're seeing, it's in Hebrew, and he's like making a joke about having 5 fingers, but it's giving Joe Biden going to get ice cream. Again, strange, just given the context of, hey, you're in the middle of a war and like you're getting coffee. This is how you're trying to prove that you're alive. It just was weird. The whole thing is very strange. And I started thinking, I don't know if I think he's dead, but I think he's injured, maybe. I thought maybe he's injured there and they're using these HD, highly produced cameras because they're making his face. I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I know that that's not normal behavior for Bibi. Like I said, when we showed you that first thing, he's just sitting down. That's how he normally is, like riffing on the side. There's no glam going on. But I don't know. It's very strange. And I should mention that he also then no-showed the military council meeting today, a critical military council meeting. And they said that he has never missed that ever. So that happened today. I obviously can't confirm if he's ever missed it because I'm not exactly keeping up with his day-to-day schedule. I don't have a BB tracker. But what we can confirm is that despite missing that meeting today, he did show up to post another bizarre, hyper-produced video of him and Mike Huckabee joking about him being alive again. Like, it's very strange of showing you this video. Here it goes.
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the president asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 fingers in each hand. But I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card.
Oh.
And, don't read it. So
Now he says they said Mike Huckabee looked like his face shape shift or something, man. When you zoom in, it does look like his face did some weird shit. But they said, listen to what BB says at the end of this. He says, we're watching from the sky or watching from above or some shit like that. And that takes me back to the video we played earlier. That guy was talking about the technology that these small countries could have that could change the power dynamic of the world, and no one could do anything about it from the sky. Now listen to what BB says. Listen to the end, chat.
It's a punch card. Today I raised 2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And what the president, the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who'd like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't gonna do that. We're wiping them out.
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, Chad. I don't believe that situation one bit. I can't wait to see Mike Huckabee talk about it. Tucker Carlson is gonna interview the National Counter Terrorism Director, the one that stepped down today. They said him and Tucker already have an interview scheduled for this week, Chad. We have to hit the next like goal. We're about 50 likes away from the next like goal. Everybody double tap your screen or hit the like button at the top and we'll smash through that like goal. Final Billy keeps saying you're a beta. Well, Final Billy, if you would like to debate me, send $10 in through that link right there with your email, or you can join the Discord and call in for free as long as you cam up. Mods, drop the Discord for Final Billy, Little Final Billy. Mods, drop the Discord. If Little Final Billy would like to have a conversation, he has to cut his camera on and join the Discord, and we'll bring him up.
They ain't gonna do that. Like I don't say ain't. That's a unique dialect, regional. Ain't gonna do that. I don't know why these hyper produced videos feel very strange to me. You know, you don't really have to prove you're alive. Just be alive. You know, just be alive. Just go to a press conference, do what you used to do. So that's where this is going. This is kind of all this is going on. Skylar said they're like posting more content now. Where'd you say he was, Skylar? Like at the Air Force Base today, greeting people. I think that's happening while we're live on the show. But I wanted to give you guys a little background on where those rumors are coming from. Okay. Yeah. People think that they've killed BB or that BB was killed and that they're using stunt doubles and AI and they're now doing a lot to show that he is alive. So there's the background of that, guys. We will be right back after a brief break.
Operatives on the
All right, chat. So we're gonna pull up this Candace interview in a second. We'll see what she's talking about with the Eric Kirk situation while we hanging out. But I want to show you this clip of Mike Huckabee in that video that was posted with Netanyahu. This is one of the reasons that they're saying this is AI. They zoomed in and look at how Mike Huckabee's face kind of shifts. It's like either a shapeshifter type. I don't know. You know, like it looks like 2 totally different people. Like, and when you look at the video, you can kind of see it happen. It's like almost like the video cuts or I don't know. I don't know, Chad, but this is crazy. This is one of the reasons they're saying this is AI. It's like he just dropped 10 years, man. Some people are saying that's just him smiling, so his skin is going back. I don't know, chat. It looks to me like damn near Mike Huckabee 10 years apart. It looks like Mike Huckabee 10 years apart. What do y'all think, chat? Y'all let me know. What do y'all think, chat? Y'all think that's the same person? Do y'all think this is AI or this is real? This is natural. AI or natural in the chat, man. It's like his neck even got tighter. That man neck even got tighter, chat. That's a little crazy to me, Chad. All right, let's get back to the Candace. Where's the Candace at? I do need y'all to hit the like button for me. I do need y'all to hit the like button for me. We gotta get to that like goal, Chad. Like I'm trying to, do something here, Chad. We trying to do something here. I need y'all support. I really do.
Okay. Yeah. People think that
All
they've
right, let's see what
vacationed.
Candace
This is
talking
not like
about
a
right
Nepo baby, right? This isn't like Jared Kushner going around the world negotiating on Trump's behalf and going, how are you qualified to do this? Joe Kent has actually served this country honorably. And just by way of background, in case you're not familiar with his backstory, while serving in Syria in January of 2019, Joe Kent, his wife, Shannon Kent, his late wife, lost her life to a suicide bomber.
So yeah, that's what I was speaking about earlier, chat, where I was telling y'all that the guy that stepped down today that Trump appointed, he was a Green Beret and his wife was unalived by a suicide bomber. So this is Candace's episode. I guess that's how she's opening it up. So we'll get into it.
Met serving, and they got married, and they had 2 kids. Shannon was the first female combat death in Syria since combat operations began against ISIS. And she was also the first female U.S. service member that was killed by enemy fire in more than 3 years up until that point. And as you can see, she left behind her 2 children with Joe, just 3 years old at the time. The other was 18 months old at the time. Devastating story, right? And I share that with you because I want you to understand that Joe Kent is both professionally and personally qualified to give his opinion on the threat of overseas terror, whether or not it is worth American lives, to send American lives over there. And he addressed his letter, as he should, to the president. That is who he serves. And this is what he wrote. He wrote, President Trump, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as the director of National Counterterrorism Center, effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I support the values and...
Oh, yeah. I bet you did see that, Jose. That tweet that Joe Kent put out today, when I seen it earlier, it had 61 million views. I'm going to look and see how many it has right now. That tweet had 61 million views, and it hadn't even been out that long. Let's see. Joe Kent. Let's see how many views that tweet has right now, man. Let me play the clip while I look it up.
The foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that the wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. In your first administration, you understood...
All right, it has 78.4 million views. It was posted at 6:24 a.m. this morning at 6:20. It was posted at 6:24 a.m., man, and it already has 78.4 million views.
Understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Qasem Soleimani and by defeating ISIS. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that should you strike now, there was a clear path to a swift victory. This was a lie, and is the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nation the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times, and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife, Shannon, in a war manufactured by Israel, I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people, nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray that you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation. Yeah. This is a very big deal. It is a very big deal. It is remarkable. It is brave. It is the honorable thing to do. It is why I have been also signaling to troops, this is, you should not serve. They don't care about your life. It's very obvious. You can legally and conscientiously object to a war. This is an illegal war. The entire world is responding to Trump and saying, this is an illegal war. Why are you doing this? And he is just saying, well, we're going to have it. This is what we do. We bomb Muslim children. And so listening to that and listening to me tell you what Joe Kent's story and background is, literally his wife paid the ultimate sacrifice. You would imagine that President Trump would take this seriously, right? So I'll ask you rhetorically, how do you think President Donald Trump responded to this public resignation? Right? How do you think Trump views someone who served 11 combat tours overseas, whose wife gave the ultimate sacrifice to this nation? Okay, I'll let you take a listen to how he responded.
Your director of national counterterrorism, Joe Kent.
Chat, we need 9 subscribers away from 43,700. Can we get a quick 9 subscribers? We go live every single day over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment, chat. We are also 11 likes away from 300, man. Let's get the 300 likes right quick, and we gonna rock out, man. I'm feeling good tonight.
And he just resigned today. He said he can't support your conflict with Iran. What's your reaction to that? And did you?
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security.
Crazy.
I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military...
That's the thing. When Trump says that every country says Iran was a threat and he was a threat, what Joe Kent says was Iran wasn't an imminent threat. It wasn't about to happen. In order for it to be an imminent threat, it has to be about to happen. The only way it was about to be an imminent threat would be to agree with what Hegseth and Rubio had came out and said. When Rubio said Israel was going to attack and we knew that Iran would respond by attacking us, that would make it an imminent threat. That's the only way to justify that it was an imminent threat about to happen. But Trump said that what Rubio said was just not true. So are we going to go with Trump, what Trump said, or are we going to go with what Rubio said before he backtracked?
Scholars are saying for years that presidents should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon. They were, if we didn't do the attack, or if I'll go a step further, if I didn't terminate the Iran nuclear deal given to us, one of the worst deals ever made by Barack Hussein Obama. Remember when they sent Boeing 757s over there loaded with cash?
Hey, that's crazy, man. I appreciate y'all. We just had 43,700 subscribers. Somebody unsubscribed, man. That's crazy. Y'all wanted to get a reaction out of me, man. We're 1 subscriber away from 43,700. Let's go on and blow right through it. We need like 15, 20 subscribers right here, right now to blow through it, because somebody's being petty and unsubscribed, man. I hope you wake up in the morning and stump your toe, man, on the wake up.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. You would have been very happy. This was a wonderful. They said hundreds of millions. People forget that. Does anybody remember? Right? You remember. Hundreds of millions of dollars in a Boeing 757.
Okay, let's ask the chat. Chat, they said Trump is anointed to lead us into this war, chat. If you agree with Trump is the anointed one, man, put yes in the chat. If you do not think Trump is the anointed one, put no in the chat, man. Is Trump the anointed one, man, to lead us into this?
57. I think they had 2 of them loaded. They took the seats out and they put cash. And it was so much that there wasn't a bank in Virginia, Maryland, or D.C. that had any money left. They stripped them of all their money, put it into place, sent it to Iran, almost as ransom. That's not going to happen with Trump. And nobody ever did anything about it. Nobody ever said anything. Can you imagine if I did that? So they've been a threat for a long time, but they've really been a threat. If I didn't terminate Obama's horrible deal that he made, the Iran nuclear deal, you would have had a nuclear war 4 years ago.
You said, who even asked, is Trump the anointed one? I just asked because you see the reaction of the chat. We're about 50-50 here, chat. Half of y'all have said Trump is the anointed one to lead us into this war. The other half is saying hell no. So looks to be a good question to me, chat. So we'll run it back again so we can get a clear understanding, chat. If Trump is the anointed one, put 2 in the chat. If Trump is not the anointed one, put 3 in the chat, man. Let's see what's going on. 2s or 3s. Trump's anointed 2 if he's not 3. Let's see.
You would have had nuclear holocaust, and you would have had it again if we didn't bomb the site.
Just rambling. First and foremost, calling somebody who's been deployed 11 times weak for actually understanding what that means, right? To understand what it means, like I said, you can have bots on the internet, but you cannot make bots suit up and put boots on the ground and go fight your wars. Okay, Joe Kent did that. So he has an understanding of what it means to put people in harm's way and for them to be willing to die for the country's security. So his measure is going to be infinitely more precise than Trump's is, right? To them, they're playing like Monopoly, right? They're like figurines on a board. They don't care. Okay, how many do we need out here? Okay, how many? They're playing Battleship. It's not real. It's not real because they have never had any true stake in the game, right? They don't have any skin in the game.
Okay. All right, we just did that poll, chat. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. We're 25 likes away from the next like goal and 13 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Please support the channel by subscribing or liking the video. We go live every single day over here. So I see some of y'all are saying Trump is gangster. Some of y'all are saying Trump did everything his base asked. He's gangster. And some of y'all are saying Trump is not gangster. So if Trump is gangster, put gangster in the chat. If Trump is not gangster, put taco in the chat. If Trump always chickens out, put taco in the chat. If you think Trump's standing on business and he's a gangster, put gangster in the chat, man.
Does he have sons who know how to shoot? Yeah, actually, Don does. Eric does. Why doesn't he deploy them? If he needs all these troops and it's so obvious and it's so clear and it's so moral, why are you throwing it back to something that you did which did not involve troops on the ground? You're talking about reversing a policy for security, which is what Joe Kent is saying. There is no imminent threat with Iran. And because he can't articulate one, he just throws it back to Obama, who did have a bad policy, by the way, which is a policy that I believe should have been reversed, by the way. But what does that have to do with what he just asked you? What are we doing in Iran right now? I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. I like to be surrounded by people who lie to me. Exactly what Charlie had intimated in those messages with Brett Weinstein, that if you're close to him, if you're in his ear, that's why they're constantly around him. They create this side of hive mentality. Everybody thinks this. No, this is going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love you. It's perfect. No, there's a big threat. It's going to happen tomorrow. And they're wrong. And they're lying. They just want Trump to send Goyim to die. And now you have Trump sounding like Bibi, pretending, just uttering the term nuclear holocaust. That's just fear-mongering, okay? It is just... by the way, I do want to point this out. This always kills me.
I'm telling y'all, chat, get ready for it, chat. This is the psyop. This is the soft launch, man, to some nuclear shit going on. Call them nuclear holocaust. It might be, I'm telling y'all, might be the reverse, chat. They might run and do it all, chat. They're calling for end times. It's going on right now. We have crazy people in control of the world right now. We have radically religious people in control of the world right now. I don't think there's a sane leader with nuclear weapons in the world right now. Putin is off his fucking rocker, man. Kim Jong-un's been off his rocker. Trump, man, I don't know, man. Trump just might be high a little bit sometimes. He's probably off a muscle relaxer or two, man, allegedly. And you got who else? Macron. We know Candace and Macron. We know what allegedly is going on over there. Who else? India and Pakistan, they just didn't India and Pakistan. What, didn't Pakistan just bomb a hospital with 400 people? Man, these people are nuts, bro. That's in control of this shit, man. Nuts, bro. It's not too much sanity going on with these people right now, Chad. And I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be doom or gloom, man. But I think that these people are prepared to eradicate some shit, man. We see Zuckerberg and all these billionaires building bunkers and going underground, and Elon's trying to make sure humanity's safe in space and shit, man. Listen, Chad, we heard the lady that was over HUD said that 20 trillion of our debt is for 190 underground cities, man. They might be ready to fucking do the ultimate, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real, man. We not dealing with regular people here.
About like the nuclear threat always lingering. The only country that has ever dropped nukes in the history of the world is us. Okay? The same country that's always using this idea of the threat of nukes as an excuse to allow them to invade other countries. It's us. Just something I noticed. We're the only ones that ever did that, actually. And it's always the Zionists who you could argue created those nukes, right? Oppenheimer, you could argue that was a special kind of project. They're the ones that are constantly fear-mongering about it. So take a listen to Bibi Netanyahu, by the way, warning us about how close Iran was to nukes. Always on the brink of nukes. Over the course of 3 decades, they've been on the brink of nukes. Take a listen.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year. It could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb. Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out. Iran will be capable.
Bro, this is damn near like the Bernie Sanders oligarchy clip, chat. Like, wow, bro. This is like the Bernie Sanders oligarchy clip. Have y'all ever seen the clip where they put it together? Like all the years back, Bernie Sanders has been talking about this oligarchy. It's damn near like that.
Capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
Totally true. It's always totally true. Just a couple of weeks, they're going to have nuclear bombs. They just lie because they need the bodies. They need the people like Joe Kent. And then to see him be so disrespected, I mean, it's just what they do. And you know what they're going to do now. It's what they're already doing. They're going to smear and they're going to attack and they're going to threaten Joe Kent. Here are some of the immediate responses that are already floating online, okay? You have Lindsey Graham, who is so blackmailed it hurts. He wrote the resignation of Joe Kent as the director of National Counterterrorism Center could not have come at a better time. What? Like, in his statement explaining why he's resigning in protest, Mr. Kent is echoing the Democratic talking points, which are devoid of fact or evidence. Hopefully, the person replacing Mr. Kent will have a better understanding of the threats presented by the Iranian.
See, this is what I mean by, like, a lot of people can't read the room right now. A lot of people cannot read the room right now. The Republicans are steady focused on this. Oh, it's the Democratic and the Democrat, and then the Dems are like, you know, they're on. It's the Republicans, but they're more on Trump's ass. They're really more on Trump's ass, the Dems. But what I'm here to say is, read the fucking room. This is America damn near against everybody. Trump just asked for help in the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody wanted to give fucking help, man. A lot of people just officially rejected. China didn't answer. Keir Starmer was $1 short and a day late. What are we talking about here? Like, read the motherfucking room here. Shit's going on right now. I don't give a fuck who needs to get off the Democratic plantation. I don't give a fuck who's a bootlicking Republican, man. This is the future of our country right here, right now. We need to get some shit together, man. We need to figure out who are we putting first as a country across the board, Democrats and Republicans, man.
Regime. Okay. Next up, we have Mark Levin, our resident psycho. I wonder if this guy, Joe Kent, was about to be fired, but quickly resigned first. That's how these things typically work. He's part of the radical, isolationist, woke right cabal. Okay, so he just got called a leftist by Lindsay. Now he's woke right, radical, isolationist. Watch how the left-wing media use him to attack the president and the military campaign against Iran. In part, that's why he wrote that letter. I wonder if he was one of the leakers inside of the administration, just asking questions. Laura Loomer follows up, so disrespectful to President Trump, but don't say I didn't warn you about Joe Kent and his wife, who works for the Trump hater and radical left Jew hater Max Blumenthal. Why does the White House allow these people to have wins? I would fire everyone and teach them a lesson that they would never forget. Rule with an iron fist. Punish everyone who leaks and undermines you. Also, stop putting Democrats in the Trump admin. It was never going to end well. I told you. Alan Dershowitz just threw it back to, neo-Nazi, Jew-hating, Israel basher quits administration.
No, it's not that. Amber, listen, man. You're talking to Candace. This is what I'm saying, Chad. They're trying to gear us up for some shit over here, man. They want max chaos, man. It's crazy, Chad. We're on the brink of some shit here. We're on the brink of civil war. We've seen it happen in Nepal. We've seen it happen in a few countries over the last 12 months, man. They're trying to get this shit going over here. Every time it's a news cycle, we hear something going on, whether it's the Somali fraud, whether it's Ilhan Omar and her husband, whether it's Letitia James, whether it's the Epstein files, we hear about it, it's in the news cycle, and then it just goes away. Some more news comes up. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody's held accountable. Life just goes on. It's another day, another news cycle. Some more shit happens. So yes, at this point, it's not about Democrat or Republican in my vision, bro. It's not, because nobody's held accountable. All of this fraud that went the F on that supposedly the Democrats were facilitating, nobody got in trouble. All of the municipal fraud that everybody was just so conveniently not talking about, Trump pardoned. So was it really about fraud, or was it a news cycle? Nobody got in trouble, man. Maybe a person here, a person there, cherry picking. But what really came of it? Epstein files dropped. Nobody gets in trouble in America. Nobody really gets in trouble globally. They cherry pick. Oh, a CEO steps down. This guy has to drop his title. Shit like that. What really went on? Nancy Guthrie. What happened with her mom? Where is she at? And we just get caught in these news cycles and we forget that nothing can ever happen. Just move on.
Good riddance to bad garbage. Yep. Everyone who doesn't think that we should be sending our sons and daughters to die for Israel is a Nazi. Okay, that's what we get. Everybody who doesn't think, who sensibly believes that we should not be doing that is a Nazi. And here's a tweet from Taylor Budewick, who was the former deputy White House chief, who called him a crazed egomaniac who was often at the center of national security leaks. And then you can see they're kind of going in this direction now that he's not principled. Okay, he's a loser. He's an absolute loser. We only wanted him when he was willing to sacrifice his family. And then, of course, Mark Levin again is going to say now the DOJ should open a criminal investigation to determine if Kent leaked any classified information. This is just incredible. You cannot even, when I tell you, they are going to criminalize disagreeing with Israel. It's very obvious that's where we're floating towards. And I want to say this because they are so stupid. Like, they just never see what's so obvious. The treatment of Joe Kent is going to be consequential. It's a terrible mistake to attack him in this way. Somebody who is deeply respected by the armed forces because he served, he understands, he's been over there, he has sacrificed. Okay. So the message that they are sending right now, lock up everybody who disagrees with us, lock up Candace Owens, lock up Tucker Carlson. Well, just so you know, that's going to be heard. I hope it's heard. I hope it is heard from the troops overseas, and they are recognizing they do not care about you. They do not care about you. They just want bodies. I deeply feel that. And now we're obviously at a place where lines are being drawn in the sand. People are seeing this for what it is. It is a spiritual war. We are fighting.
Oh, chat. Let's do a poll. So today, Tucker Carlson's odds of winning the presidential nomination for 2028 doubled. His odds doubled today. It's sitting at about 4% right now. It doubled from 2% to 4% after he was the news broke he was being investigated by the CIA for having ties to foreign governments. So how do you feel about Tucker Carlson being the Republican nominee, man? We're gonna go with Carlson Vance, man. If Carlson Vance in the chat, or Rubio, we'll go Carlson Vance, Rubio in the chat, man. Chat, who you got, man? Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. If you had to choose one, choose it, man. Tucker Carlson, Rubio, or Vance?
Literal demons, like I said to you, I believe that, and I've made it very clear. I'm happy to fight with all of these people all day, every day. Something about Charlie Kirk's assassination, it just woke something up in me that will never go away. It will never go away. I will not play nice. I will not go halfway with these people, and we need to stick together. We need to stick together. The people who are sensible and who do not want to drag us into these wars, people who are effectively pro-life, pro-sons and daughters, and actually pro-America first. And on that note, it gives me great pleasure to announce that Joe Kent, I'm going to be interviewing him this Thursday at the Catholics for Catholics event in D.C.
So Joe Kent is going to do a Candace Owens interview and a Tucker Carlson interview the same week that he stepped down from being the director of counterterrorism. That is wild, bro. Chat, that is crazy.
I'm looking forward to speaking to him, talking about the conscience and making these sorts of decisions, how we see ourselves, just the direction of travel, the way in which we are having these conversations. And this was an act of bravery. I'm so excited to be able to sit down with him. You guys can get tickets at CatholicsForCatholics.com. And I do want to also say this event, because we have Carrie Prejean Bowler speaking, myself speaking, it is hard for me to express.
Chat, they also have the two UFO peoples. Remember the woman? She's been missing for a long time. Something about a makeshift grave or memorial was found for her, but there's no remains are found. The woman with the aerospace thing, she's been missing for a while. And one of the guys that was over the UFO, I guess, program or something, I don't know. He was over something. He's been missing for like almost 10 days now. I think 9 or 10 days now he's been missing. So they're saying that this is very bad. These are two high-level people with basically top-level security that are just plucked off the face of the earth in a short matter of time. It's crazy.
Express to you how much and how persistent and how despicable the attacks have been from Zionists. This is not an anti-Zionist conference. We are not gathering to talk about Israel. It's never been billed as that. But because they are...
Hey, Watermelon, be respectful in the chat, man. You can say that shit a little better, man.
Angry that people who do not principally support Israel are getting a stage. They're angry that there can be life for Carrie Prejean Bowler after she says, actually, no, Catholic doctrine does not teach that I'm supposed to subjugate myself to the whims of Israel. They have just been emailing everyone, calling everybody, asking for cancellations, and it's just incredible in the context.
I mean, I don't care if y'all agree or disagree. You know, you got your right to feel how you feel as a human. What I'm saying is shit like that hurts my algorithm, man. That shit runs people out of my chat, man, you know, and they get the reporting my live for, hate speech and shit. So have a little decorum in this motherfucker is all I'm saying. Have a little decorum.
Of people that will greet Bibi Netanyahu, who is a literal war criminal wanted by the ICC, in the White House. And nobody calls, nobody threatens, nobody smears. But when they find like Catholics or people meeting in a capacity that is not controlled by Zionism, the nastiness that we have to deal with on the back end, like I said, I will say a lot more when this event is over, but it has been some of the most despicable thing ever, and I will not tolerate it. There is a lot of anti-Catholic sentiment in the air right now. And I, like I said, view this to be spiritual. I'm not the only one who views this to be spiritual. I'm not sure if you saw this going viral. It is amazing. Theo Vaughn he is a comedian, but he sits down and he just shares his.
So if Candace converted to Catholicism when she married her husband, what was she prior? What was Candace prior to converting to Catholicism, chap? Is Candace from the Bible Belt? Where is Candace from? Where is Candace Owens from? Okay, she from New York. Hell nah, she ain't from the Bible Belt. What was she before she converted to Catholicism?
His heart,
She was a
sometimes on
Southern
various
Baptist?
topics of politics. He was actually really early to saying, look, I know I don't know a lot. I'm not claiming to be some foreign policy expert, but what I see happening in Gaza feels really wrong. Like, he said that, and he was attacked for that. And by the, the same bandit of Zionists, because how dare you have a feeling about a child in Gaza? And there is something that I feel is so especially effective when you hear Theo Von speak, because he isn't an expert, because he's not trying to be a genius, and it really is coming from his heart. And he shared.
Hold on, what did you say? Grow some balls, man. Stand for something. She is speaking facts. You're ignorant and cowardly. What the fuck are you talking about? Carry on. You need to pipe down in the back, man. You a little too loud in my house, brother. I'm gonna need you to stop typing in all caps and get this shit together. Because if you talking about what I said about having some decorum in my chat, when I get reported and my lives get demonetized because the motherfuckers are reported, guess who doesn't get paid? Guess who gets their lives restricted to where they can't go live? Me, not you. You're just gonna go find another YouTube chat to come in and do whatever the hell you want to do. So listen, that's why I got mods. Now mods, you might have to pick them up tonight. Most of the time I don't get people out of my chat, but y'all not just finna come run through my house with your shoes on and shit, stomping on my couches, acting like you ain't got no home training. That's what you not gonna do. So mods, you might have to pick them up tonight.
Shared some choice words regarding Israel and the war that's happening, and I wanted you guys to hear him in its entirety. Take a listen.
But I do have a lot of uncomfort about America's relationship with Israel, the Israeli political leaders. That's what I mean. I believe that group it just feels like a satanic regime. It doesn't seem, it feels like they just want to cause pain. They just, they don't even know where all the bodies from Gaza are, and they're already moved on to other places that they are attacking, and that America's associated now with their attacks. And I believe that will come here one day. I don't believe that that the Israeli leaders, that they have any intention to stop that. I don't see that they have any care for the American people. It doesn't seem like that. I've never heard that spoken. And I believe that if we don't speak up now,
man, let's be honest, man. Hell no, they don't got no care for the American people, man. Just like us as Americans really don't have no care for anybody else, man. We pick and choose with this shit. See, I'm gonna be the only one to tell y'all the truth when it comes to this shit. Yeah, I know I'm a little rough around the edges. It might be hard to hear sometimes, but so what, man? Us as Americans don't give a damn, bruh. Let's be honest here, man. We can say that we're charitable and we do this and we do that, man. That shit is our tax dollars, and if they told you you could keep the motherfuckers tomorrow, you would keep them. Let's be honest, man. If they told you, hey, look, man, we can't help any other countries, man. We just gonna let you keep the dollars in your pockets, man. All that tax shit we was sending to help other countries, man. Man, motherfuckers would jump on it tomorrow. They would be trying to update their tax forms and shit. Let's be honest. We pick and choose when it comes to this help shit and who we care about, man. So no, do I think that Israel gives a damn? No, I don't. I don't think America gives a damn. I don't think Europe across the pond gives a damn. I don't think Canada gives a damn about I think most countries really just don't give a damn until it affects them. Am I wrong for saying that, Chad?
that our children won't have the chance to speak up, either by law or by worse. And that may sound crazy to some people, and that's fine if it does. If it does sound crazy to you and you think I'm crazy on that point of view, that's okay.
Chat, if they tell y'all tomorrow that you got to keep, yes or no in the chat, would you keep your tax money if they gave you the option to help other countries with it or keep it in your pocket? Keep it or give it away in the chat. Keep it or give. Keep or give in the chat. Would you keep the money or would you give it away if you knew it was going to another country? Keep it or give it away. Let's see who's gonna be honest in here tonight.
Okay. I don't I may disagree with you, but that's okay. I do want to, I worked hard to be able to have a voice for myself. And so I hope at least you just respect that, or I hope at least you just see that. Like, at least I'm trying to say what I want to say. And I don't understand our government's relationship with Israel's leaders and with Israel's government. I don't understand it. It feels like there's this war machine and then our soldiers are put into these spaces and they're just there to serve an America that they believe in. And it's no knock against them or anything like that. It's just, it just feels like it's.
Now look, you said keep it, of course, if the money's going to be used. No, I'm talking about the money's being used for the right things. But once the money's given up, it's out of your hands. So if Hamas or any other group wants to come and restrict the food, or if other people want to block off the food lines, it just is what it is. You gave your money up for a better cause, man. And you see everybody's in here saying keep it. That's why I try to tell y'all, we're not as humanitarian as we think. Everybody wants to feel good and sleep good at night like I care. Motherfuckers don't care. Man, listen, when it come to that chicken, man, motherfuckers trying to make it, brother. They looking at their light bill, their water bill, their phone bill, rent just went up another $200, $300 last month, man. They want to keep that shit, man. It is what it is, brother. But I'm wrong for when I say that. Everybody wants to run up out of the live and unfollow and unsubscribe because I keep it a beam, man. This shit is real shit we're talking about, man. How humanitarian are you when you have the option? See, right now, we don't have the option. We have to pay taxes. Our tax dollars get allocated for this and that, and they go and vote whatever, man. Oh, but if we had the option, how many humanitarians would there really be? If there wasn't grants and government funding and shit like that being pumped into these agendas, how many humanitarian organizations would there really be? Oh yeah, of course, there'll be some people that are, tried and true. Y'all like to call those people tree huggers. There'll be some of those out there. But majority of people is not gonna give up. Honestly, Chad, I don't know any other way to say it, man.
It's causing a lot of pain and fear. And yeah, I don't understand I don't understand Trump's relationship. I don't understand our political, why we are so beholden to this government, this Israeli government that just seems to be obsessed with control. And it feels like bloodlust, like they just it's not enough. Like after what happened in Gaza, I don't see how there could be any other view.
I love Theo Von for that. And you can just hear the sincerity in his voice versus the propaganda that they're giving us. I feel the same way. I don't know how people can look at what they did in Gaza and believe that that's godly, that it's prophecy, that it is anything but exactly what Theo says, that it just feels satanic. Like you should just be able to spiritually have a reaction that lets you know that something's not right. And he uses such a choice word there when he says it's about control. I don't know if our kids will have the opportunity if I don't use my platform. That's how I felt. It is how I feel every day. Again, telling you if I will illuminate for you like what they have put poor Johnny Epp, but Catholics for Catholics. I'm literally just a speaker. I am not involved in this organization otherwise, but the pain that they have put him through.
See, thank you, TG. That's what we need from the community. Y'all see what TG said? I'm a little rough around the edges. TG came through and said, oh, you deleted it, TG? Why you delete the message, man? Hold on, man. Hold on, let me go see if I can view that message again, man. Anyways, I don't know how your message got deleted, but TG said, man, I've been meaning to spread your channel around with my few of my friends and family, man. That's what we need to do, man. Spread this channel out far and wide, chat. Do not gatekeep this channel. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, and we still need to hit 400 likes. If everybody hits the like button right now, we'll smash through 350. If everybody hits the subscribe right now, we'll smash through that next sub goal, man. Please support this work for free, chat. Please support the work for free.
The harassment that they have gone through because you're not allowed to have an event if it's with somebody that doesn't support mass murder in Gaza. Like, you're not allowed to do that. And like I said, there's no political theme of this conference at all. My speech is about Mary. It is a prayer for America. It is a prayer. So I don't know why we're not allowed to meet, why we're not allowed to have perspectives, why we're not allowed to have jobs, why we have to be harassed, why our advertisers have to be called, why we have to be censored from YouTube, why they have to smear us and libel us. I mean, look at what they are doing to Megyn Kelly right now, right? What did Megyn Kelly do? I can't figure out what her crime was that caused this reaction other than she simply told the truth that what she is going through right now is what Charlie was going through in the end. Okay? That is what Charlie Kirk was going through. It is what...
Here you go. I'll subscribe when you tell me what you stand for. You're just fence sitting, saying nothing, watching videos. Why are we here? Get the fuck on then, man. We don't need you here. Get the fuck on. If you don't want to subscribe, don't, motherfucker. Go look at my bio. It'll tell you what I stand for, man. I stand for America. I stand for America. I'm not worried about what's going on with holy wars and shit going around the country. When we have homeless veterans, we still don't got free lunch for the kids. AI's finna take every job. We got an executive order over here saying that it's wartime and we're in an AI race, so all red tape is cut. We just seen a damn balloon get shot down with some lasers that have never been used before. We got mass surveillance going. We're sold out to the damn technocrats. We got the old guard still restricting everything, trying to put a choke point on us. So yeah, we're fucked, man. That's what I stand for, trying to get us unfucked. Is that good enough for you?
Johnny Epp is getting a very small taste of. Like, he's just like, hey, I just want to have an event at a prayer with Catholics, and they are harassing him in a way, and he's just such a good person. And through a lot of prayer is just standing strong. And I guess just knowing that to see so many people going through it lets you know that you're not alone. And like I said, bravery inspires bravery. And I am, even if I'm feeling like down, I will go through and I will see your guys' comments. You guys crack me up in the comment section. I'm like, no, like this person, like they're fighting for me. I'm fighting for them. And truth is going to win. That's, by the way, it's already been decided. We are going to win. And they're growing more increasingly radical in their demands because they know Christ is king, right? And that's the reality of things. Anyways, I want to share that with you. On that note, when we come back from break, we have got to discuss this Turning Point USA thing, whether or not BB is alive. I mean, it's a lot for a chapter. Tulsi's office, which is where Joe Kent was working, he just blocked that, which makes entirely no sense, obviously. So he was always a good guy, I think, there, which is why.
All right, she's about to talk about Turning Point and Erica Kirk. I believe she's going to talk about Arkansas because I see it in the in the timestamp. So Arkansas, like I said, Erica Kirk came down here and did like a little press run with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is up for re-election. So I guess she has Erica Kirk's endorsement. So Erica Kirk did a interview that's going viral right now throughout Arkansas. A lot of people are upset. She specifically spoke to the young white men. She was like, you don't have to apologize for being, young white men. And a lot of people were upset. Like, she just didn't care about any other group of people but the young white men. Also, with that being said, Sarah Huckabee Sanders but she advocated for every high school to start a Turning Point and whatever the correlated thing is with the chapter. She advocated for every school to start one of those. Well, I believe the University of Arkansas's Turning Point chapter stepped away from the national organization. They came out with a public statement saying, hey, their views and ideas do not align with what we are with, so we are, stepping away from the national chapters. We're going to do our own thing here in Arkansas. And they referenced a lot of language that was used, like this is what Charlie would want, or this is what Charlie would think. And they just weren't with that.
Why it doesn't work out unless you are corrupt, unless you are part of the mafia, so to speak. Wanted to show you also, let's get to this Erica story because it's pretty incredible, which is amazing. So obviously, we have been unpacking everything that is happening right now with just the changes, the sea changes, the messaging that is coming out of Turning Point USA. None of it feels like it makes any sense. We're going, okay, that's the opposite of what Charlie believed. How are you getting here? Like, it feels like they are simply directing the ghost of Charlie Kirk. I think we could all agree that it's easier to control somebody, or maybe their mentality was, when they're dead. You can say, this is what he would have done. This is what Charlie Kirk would have said. Well, so despite the fact that Erica Kirk went down to Arkansas, what was it? Arkansas last week, a couple of weeks ago. She made that sheepish appearance next to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders was signing the proclamation on behalf of...
Oh, Chad, I'm not gonna lie. They tore Darren McFadden ass up on the internet for going to I guess he endorsed Sarah Huckabee Sanders as well. They kind of did a little sit down. He went to the governor's mansion. They did, a photo op. And I'm not going to lie, Arkansas tore Darren McFadden. Well, I'm not going to say the entire state because some people was with it, but a lot of people tore Darren McFadden ass up for that, chat. I'm not going to lie, it was crazy.
Club America, which is Turning Point USA's incursion into high schools, buyer beware. The Turning Point USA University of Arkansas chapter announced that it was actually going to disaffiliate from the national group altogether. And this is not a small deal. It's a very big deal. Take a listen to this brief local news segment, and then I'll explain a little more.
The Turning Point USA chapter at the University of Arkansas announcing it is rebranding and disaffiliating with the national group. The chapter's president said in a statement posted on social media, the executive board had become concerned with the direction of the national group. Says the chapter will now be rebranding to Young American Revival, focusing on advocating for Christian conservative values.
Chad, do you want me to keep it all the way honest with y'all with what I think is going on here? I think the Groypers may have infiltrated that, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. I think Nick Fuentes may have flipped. After Charlie Kirk's death, I think Nick Fuentes may have flipped a few of those senior members of that TPUSA chapter. And I think it was just when Erica Kirk showed up, it just broke the straw on the camel's back, man. I think that this might be usurped, man. I think the Groypers might have usurped that movement over there in Arkansas, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
Comes a week after Turning Point's CEO Erica Kirk paid a visit to Arkansas. Governor Sanders signed a proclamation endorsing TPUSA chapters in schools statewide.
So this is fantastic news. It's great news. But beyond that, you should know that this was a unanimous decision. Everyone on the board agreed that they wanted to move away from Turning Point USA. And the chapter president, his name is Dino Fontegrassi, he published a letter onto Instagram, which you should read in its entirety. I want you to know that he's been with Turning Point USA for more than 5 years. So this matters. Okay, so let's park aside all the neocons who are trying to tell you how amazing and how this is definitely what Turning Point is. These are people working at Turning Point. These are people like the person who's working in Andrew Colvet's office who's telling you something has changed here and something is not right. Stop gaslighting these kids, okay? And so Dino, I'm going to read you this portion of the letter because I think this is the most powerful portion of it. He writes, "We have many grievances with Turning Point USA, which we will shortly make known to them in private, but I will share only one. We are generally put off by how Charlie Kirk has been used by Turning Point USA since his assassination. Statement."
You said, so how do they make money for real? Donors. Yeah, because you got to think it's around the colleges and high schools. Colleges are all donor money anyway. Government money, grants and shit, you know, the government funds them, but a lot of the colleges are donor money. Donor money is very, very big around there. So I would see how it goes hand in hand with this nonprofit.
Statements like, quote, "Charlie would have said," and, quote, "Charlie would have wanted," have felt in many instances disingenuous and manipulative. Charlie Kirk cannot speak for himself anymore, and we do not recognize the way others have attempted to speak for him. Though the one thing I always took away from my interactions with Charlie was the importance of being your own man or woman. Sometimes that means making tough decisions just like this one. Okay. And like I said, Dino, he's not just a person that just signed up and is causing some drama. He's been there for 5 years. And incredibly, he would very much know, and I'm going to guess it's going to be him understanding how Charlie was pulling away on the topic of Israel, because Dino Fontegrassi in July was a part of that sit down that Charlie did where he discussed Israel and Gaza. He sort of just set it up with a bunch of students and tried to get their opinion to show donors, like, you can't treat these kids like this. It's the direction, you know, the direction of wind, it's just changing, right? And I want you to watch that clip of Charlie, and you're going to see Dino is responding to him. Take a listen.
How many of you guys think when a lawmaker and a man I respect like Ted Cruz uses the Bible to justify aid to Israel, doesn't even know the verse, do you guys think that's like not the best way to approach this? Raise your hand.
I find prophecy as policy generally to be theologically problematic. I mean, there's plenty of things that the Bible says that have been done throughout parts of history that certainly a nation state doing today we would see as a bit of a problem. When it comes to sending these, what, you said $300 billion?
19, yeah, just with inflation, yeah.
To any foreign country, all I can think about is across our own southern border, we have an actual military in the form of the cartel that kill thousands of people, and that's leaving out the hundreds of thousands of Americans that have died to drug overdoses due to drugs that have come across our southern border. And it's insulting that that money goes anywhere else because we have such a huge problem here.
And so they know how Charlie felt. Actually, he was also on the Charlie Kirk show. I believe he was on it actually after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So when he is coming forward and he is saying something is not right, they are pretending Charlie would want stuff that I know that Charlie would not want. People need to listen. And I am just getting so tired of all of these frauds out there that are, like I said, gaslighting us. Just gaslighting us and telling us that Blake Neff now somehow holds the keys and knows what Charlie would have wanted. Mikey McCoy, this like kid who came out of nowhere, knows exactly, like we were his best friends, so much so that we won't even help the public investigate what happened on that day. Things that in no way would transform the ongoing investigation. Answering basic questions would actually remove some of the rumor and innuendo. No one can explain to me why these tapes were removed, why there's so many lies. The public can see this. And at this point, like I have said before, I find it to be utterly immoral for people to be pretending that everything that Erica is doing right now is normal, that it is moral, that it is righteous in any way, that it is excusable, that she has lied through her teeth, been caught so many times that it's some like stage of grieving that nobody's gone through. Like, yeah, you never hit the stage where you just pathologically lie about everything and you just like, hit the world tour and reverse everything that your husband said. And it sickens me especially because of how much I love my husband and thinking, God forbid, of anything ever like that happening, and me knowing who his enemies were, me knowing who put him through grief, knowing who stressed my husband out, and suddenly he dies and like give it 3 days and they're like sitting in his studio opening AmFest. Like there is something deranged happening here. And there's no amount of propaganda that is going to convince these students, these employees who are fired for even asking simple questions about, hey, why does this feel weird? Get out. We don't care. Work like dogs, worship Erica.
You said, what would Candace talk about if Charlie hadn't died? Probably the Epstein files, still Macron, Netanyahu being unalived or not. It's been a lot going on. I mean, Pam Bondi having to go testify before Congress. She'd probably be talking about a lot of shit.
This is now suddenly a monarchy. There is no amount of social engineering that is going to change this, okay? You are not, we are going to continue to stay on top of Erica Kirk. By the way, to let you guys know, the reason why we need to pause the series is because learning about, I'm in a deep research hole right now regarding that cult that Renee Crossman, who Erica partnered with over in Romania, was in the Family International. Think like the Charles Manson, like the Family International, and Child of God, Children of God is what it was called before that. And I have made contact with ex-family members, and it's getting really interesting in terms of me just wanting to learn a bit more about this cult. Like they said that they had said it's plausible that Erica could have been raised in this. And they said there's certain things that they learn, and the saying, God bless you. And that's the whole child of God thing. It's like you are saying certain things, the Lord this, the Lord that. And so I wanted to make sure, as I always do, that I'm doing a thorough exam.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Now, maybe I was raised a little fucked up, but that's just what people say. Like where I'm from, like that's nothing, nothing. Like saying somebody sneezes and they say, God bless you, or you know, being raised in the church, I heard that shit a lot. God bless you. The Lord. I mean, yeah, I heard that. I heard that growing up. I don't know. That don't sound crazy to me.
Examination and having these conversations, and I'm just making a lot of research right now because it feels like it was just a random area that I didn't expect, or I guess a random clue or hint that I didn't expect to stumble upon. And it gets even deeper than that. I didn't know that there was a connection between the family or that's how they rebranded, the Family International, and Epstein. So I always want to be thorough in research that I present. I don't want to make any mistakes. They wait for you to make a mistake, by the way. The frauds wait for a mistake to be made. They'll ignore all of the stuff.
Chat, look, man, we're 10 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Let's smash this next sub goal, and we are 11 likes away from the next like goal, man. Can we hit that next like goal and sub goal? Double tap in the screen is how you like the video, or you can go to the top and hit the like button, man. And we are 10 subscribers away, chat.
That's out there that has been proven. I mean, we have done so much.
I forgot to do the live poll. If y'all think Candace should put this Erica Kirk situation to rest, put 1 in the chat. If you think Candace should keep investigating, put 2 in the chat. 1 if she needs to just put it to rest, 2 if she should keep investigating.
Research. Our team has not made any mistakes. We have offered so much research, documentation, all this stuff. And then there's an account on X that shares audio of something that's not Erica, which we did not share. And then they just all start, see, investigation over. Somebody got something wrong, so nobody should be looking into Erica. It's like, that is just, I can't deal with that sort of obvious social manipulation. Like, why don't you respond to what I did? Why don't you respond to what I said? Why don't you go point from point? Why don't you sit down and debate me? If anybody would like to, with the platform, who makes videos about me, would like to actually sit down, or especially people at Turning Point, like I keep saying, and your best get is basically like an I'm with her campaign. Like Hillary Clinton's a woman, so she, let's leave her alone. Who cares if there's like, some bodies? Who cares what happened in Haiti? That doesn't work with me. It doesn't work. I'm impervious to that. I am a woman, so the whole leave the women alone thing doesn't work on me. I know what women are capable of. I watched a lot of IDTV when I lived in New York, by the way. Like, I really know what women are capable of. That's real life. Shout out to everybody who watches IDTV. It's real life. Who the bleep am I married to? You're not going to like emotionally condition me by like calling things evil and immoral. I can't think of anything more evil and immoral than accepting the Fed slop that is being administered to the masses over what happened to Charlie Kirk. Nothing makes sense. You can't even debate what evidence we have regarding what happened to Charlie Kirk today. You have nothing. I know you have nothing because Erica has nothing. I sat down with her. Okay. I actually sat down with her and was like, oh, maybe they do have more evidence. They don't. So you're all a bunch of frauds. You're all a bunch of frauds, and you dishonor Charlie Kirk every day while you pretend that you're honoring him by putting a bubble around his widow, who is not acting like a widow at all. Okay? What is she supposed to do? Like, oh, cry every... Yeah, actually. Yeah, I do. You know what? I would be okay with somebody who cried every day for a bit after their husband died. Like, what kind of a question is that? Why are you gaslighting us like it's weird that we expect a widow to meaningfully want to stay home and crawl up and cry every day after they lose their husband? Like, again, it's like, where are the humans? They're like, well, what do you want her to do? Cry because her husband died? Sorry, I don't even have my hair in a bunch today. I was like, I just got fired up about that. I'm sorry. It does annoy me every time I just think about it in the context of just the amount of gaslighting that's happening, the obvious, oh, everyone go, 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 go. Yay, somebody got something wrong. It wasn't Candace. They literally were making videos wrapping me into what somebody else published. That had nothing to do with me. They don't want to respond to what I'm saying. They just want to keep saying it's immoral. Okay. I'll keep ignoring somebody who's got like 13 adjacent sex trafficking scandals. Oh, no, it's fine that Erica's working with Harvest Church and they're currently being sued for trafficking children from Romania. That's fine. Look the other way. Everybody grieves differently. Like, these people are just disgusting. I said earlier, a friend was here. I said, Steph, did you ever think that we get to this point where, like, I thought we all agreed on the topic of like pedophilia, sex trafficking, like the kids. Like, I thought that was like, okay, I hate you. Okay, I hate you because of this. Okay, LGBTQ stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we can argue. But then if it came down to it, if you were like, oh, kids are being harmed, like everybody suits up and goes to war. Nobody looks the other way. And this year has been the year of really recognizing that people are so despicable that they would take money to look the other way, like to pretend it's fine. Like, it's a totally normal thing for someone to constantly be running adjacent to sex trafficking scandals in their life. It's not normal. You're not going to ever convince me.
Yeah, Chad, I had to go get my food. I got a chicken Philly. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I got a chicken Philly over there, man. I'm finna have to go and get to it.
That is normal, okay? That is normal. That you would not find that to be problematic to say, I am not going to partner with Harvest Church until I see an outcome, because this is another lawsuit pertaining to children being molested, harmed, trafficked from Romania. How could you be this connected to this random country in Eastern Europe? Like, the gaslighting, it's the gaslighting for me. It's just, they're all sickos. Everybody's a sicko. I'm going to have to start unfollowing people. I can't even look at the filth of people pretending like they have the moral high ground when these people could not be more beneath us. Like, we should be looking down to these people. Genuinely, I want you to know that. I wouldn't even spit in their direction. Like, they're so despicable to me. If you don't have the courage to stand up and ask questions at the very least about why she is so adjacent to so many sex trafficking scandals, you are useless to me. You don't deserve to have a platform, okay? Go away. Just go away forever. Like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with the stuff with the kids, man. What are we talking about the Epstein files? Yeah, Trump, we're still talking about the Epstein files. Like, why are you disgusting? Why are you so disgusting? What a disgusting question to ask. Kash Patel, no evidence of any sex trafficking. They're just, I can't, man. The good news, the news is that, there's some rumors that BB might be dead. I don't know if it's true.
All right, we seen that part already, chat. We're gonna move on. Let's see where we at, man, in the episode, man. We covered Netanyahu and shit. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything, chat. Hold on. we did. All right. I got this while she was on the Epstein files. I got this clip, man. We'll catch up right here, man. Drop this bad boy.
Today, I want to look at 3 questions. Why did this war between the United States and Iran start?
So he's supposed to be putting the Epstein connection into this Iran and United States and Israel war. He's supposed to connect Jared Kushner, I believe, to Epstein and all of them. I don't know. It says Game Theory 13, Epstein's World.
How will this war end? And what will happen after this war ends? And to answer these 3 questions, we need to discuss the nature and structure of our reality. And the first thing you need to understand, which is very hard, is that our world is a hallucination. It's a collective fantasy, all right? So to understand this idea, let's look at Plato's allegory of the cave, okay? Plato, sorry.
All right, man, he gotta have some timestamps in his bad boy or something, man. Where is the Epstein world shit at?
Lonely, miserable. Now you think that science is about pursuing the truth. No, it's not, okay? Science is fundamentally about finding evidence to justify and protect the status quo. Okay, that's why science is fundamentally materialistic. Okay, all right, and what? So so we have to remember, like, this system is trying to create values, right? And these 3 major values is something called the open society. Okay, what's open society? It's just basically globalization, multiculturalism, DEI, right? Diversity is good. Why is it good? Because it's good. We don't know. It's good. Okay, do you understand? They never provide a reason, but it's always, well, you don't believe it, it means you're a racist, which is bad. Okay, so open society. Second is the idea of privatization. Okay, or what we call neoliberalism or free market, meaning that governments suck at what they do. Therefore, you should allow private entrepreneurs to control everything. Okay, and this idea of neoliberalism. Again, there's not much evidence to support this, but if you don't believe this, it means you're a communist. Okay, which is bad, by the way. And the last thing, of course, is consumerism. Okay, so consumerism is just like, how do you prove your value in life? How do you pursue purpose and meaning in life? Buy things, man. Okay, and then put it on Instagram so that people can like it, you know? That's the value of life, man. Make as much money as possible, and then buy a yacht, get a super hot girlfriend, and then broadcast it on Instagram, and then you're a hero, okay? Of course, what people don't discuss is that this system is making people lonely, miserable, depressed, suicidal. But, well, it's because they're not taking enough drugs, right? If you're depressed, you should take antidepressants, and that will solve the issue, right? Okay, so because intelligence, crime, and science are above the nation state, okay, you need other mechanisms to actually operate these 3 things. And so what allows for the system to work is a collection of elites, okay? And you can break them down into 3 groups. First, you have transnational capital. So think of, finance, transnational capital. Then you have secret societies. And then you have families, okay? So elite families. All right. And these 3 organizations themselves are bounded by something called the occult. And we'll discuss this later on, okay? The occult. The occult is just basically hidden, secret knowledge, not available to people, that comes from 3 places. Other places as well, but we'll look at 3 places, okay? Hermetic philosophy, the Bible, and the Kabbalah, okay? We'll discuss this later on. Don't worry too much about the occult right now. I'll show you what the occult is later on. But this is how the system works. All right, so there's certain questions about this. The first question is, okay, well, if this is true, why is this system separate from this system, right? Why not just say that the occult is the basis of everything, and then you have the elite, and then you have science, intelligence, crime, and then you have the empire, okay? And the reason why is this is really important for you guys to understand. This is the parasite, okay? This is the parasite. It doesn't actually create anything. All it does is suck up value, extract value, okay? And this is the host. So in fact, these are two separate systems, right? This is the host, and this is the parasite. Then your next question would be, okay, let's just assume this is true. What evidence is there that this actually works? Because there should be people that operate this system, right? Well, I will give you some names, okay? All right, so if it is true that this system is the way it is, there should be individuals in place that operate this system, right? Well, I'll give you some names. I'll give you two names. Jeffrey Epstein and Jared Kushner.
Shit, Professor James.
Okay, and I'll explain who they are as we go along. And these families, how about the Rothschilds? Secret Society, Chabad Lubavitch. All right. And you're like, this is all conspiracy. This can't be true. Well, it's all true. And I will give you the evidence that this is all true later on. By the way, some of you will be like, they're all Jews, man. So why do they say the Jews rule the world? Well, because the evidence that we have implicates these people who are Jewish. But there are other people who are more powerful, who are able to maintain themselves in the shadows, okay? So it's not really fair to say that it's a Jewish conspiracy. Okay, I think this explanation, this system is much more complicated than just saying it's all Jews, all right? All right, so now what I want to discuss is the problems of this system, all right? And once you understand the problems of this system, then we can understand why this war in Iran is happening, where it's going, and what this means for the world, okay? So there's certain problems with this system I want you to notice. The first major problem is all this is based on empire, the perception of empire. And what this means is that everyone has to believe that the American empire is invincible. It cannot be defeated for the system to work, right? Once people start to believe that there are alternatives, that the empire is weak, then the system cannot work. And so therefore, the only solution to this problem is America has to go fight wars for no reason. You understand? It's like being the school bully, right? People pay you money because they think that you're a bully and you are not reasonable. And so to prove that, every now and then you have to go beat up another kid for no reason, okay? You're just smack the kid and everyone's afraid of you. Shit. That's America. And this helps us explain all these wars in the Middle East these past 20 years, right? Why did America invade Afghanistan? Why did America invade Iraq? Why did they blow up Syria? Why did they blow up Libya? Why are they attacking Iran? To prove to the world that I'm still the biggest, baddest bully on the block, so you better obey me or I'll come beat you up, okay? All right, so that's the first problem. Second problem is that the system, as you can see, is really, really unfair to a lot of countries. Iran, North Korea, Russia specifically, okay? So this helps us understand why Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Because they're trying to renegotiate the system, right? Because right now, the system is discriminating against them. It's extracting their resources for very little money. So they want to renegotiate the system. And the way you renegotiate the system is by showing the empire is not so tough, right? And but this also shows us why America refuses to surrender Ukraine. This war was lost about 2 years ago, okay? Ukraine has absolutely no chance. Why is this war continuing? Because if the perception that empire is weak, that empire can be defeated, if that perception, if people are aware of this entire edifice collapses, okay? Right? People wake up and see it's all shadows on the wall. So America has no choice but to keep on fighting. Okay? And this helps us also explain why America invaded Iran, to show Russia, I'm still the biggest, baddest bully. And now we understand what Iran is doing. Iran is now attacking this entire edifice. If you think about it, what Iran recognizes is this. I cannot attack empire directly. Okay, it's too powerful. They have nuclear weapons. I'm not going to attack the education, media, cultural system of America because it's too embedded. I can't attack the UN and WTO because it's all being controlled by America. So the only thing I can attack is what? The global economy, right? That's why they've closed out the Strait of Hormuz. Because once they put pressure on the global economy, and that's all interconnected, it destroys the entire edifice. You understand? It is a house of cards. You find the weak point, and you hit it so it all collapses. Okay? And that's why Iran is doing what it's doing. And what this also tells us is this. There can be no ceasefire. There can be no truce. There can be no peace. Because both the American empire and Iran are fighting for the nature and structure of reality itself. All right? And the third thing I want you guys to be aware of is this. Remember in Plato's allegory of the cave, they really don't have to do anything because the prisoners themselves want to protect the system. Well, this is true as well, where if you are in education, media, and culture, and you are at the very top, you are not in power, but you benefit from the system. And therefore, you insist on protecting the system at all costs. And these people, of course, are called the boomers. Okay? Okay, not all of them, okay? But the elite of the boomers, even though they themselves don't have that much power, there's a lot of them, okay? And they will fight, they will make their politicians and the military fight to the death to maintain the illusion of empire, which benefits them. All right? Again, Plato's allegory of the cave. Okay, all right. So, now we can answer all three questions. Why did this war start? Because America had no choice in the matter, okay? It had to defend the illusion that the American empire was invincible. Otherwise, this entire edifice would collapse, okay? When will this war end? This war ends when the global economy is destroyed. Because once the global economy is destroyed, this entire edifice collapses, okay? And what will happen after this war? Well, a new world will emerge where there are different spheres of influence, okay? But we'll discuss this later on. But I first introduce to you the big structure of what's going on, okay? All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go more into the structure of this world, okay? This. What I want to show you is that Jeffrey Epstein is one of the operators of this system. He works for the Rothschilds, as well as secret societies, as well as transnational capital, and he is embedded in science, crime, and intelligence, okay? And again, the evidence is something called the Epstein files. All right, so let's look at the Epstein files. Okay, so this is Jeffrey Epstein, and this is Donald Trump. All right, Jeffrey Epstein died in 2019 in a federal prison. And he was being charged with many crimes, and the FBI ran an investigation into him. And just recently, the United States, called the Department of Justice, the DOJ, on their website, they released about 3 million documents pertaining to the Epstein investigation. And a lot of these are emails. And what you discover is that he knows everyone who's powerful in the world. So for the longest time, it was believed that Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent, okay? And his job was to lure powerful Americans such as Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, to his island called Epstein Island, where he would film them engage in compromising activities. And then he would blackmail them. Okay, and that was for the longest time what people understood to be Jeffrey Epstein's role. And then, but then when you look at the emails, what you recognize is that no, actually, that's what he did for fun. Actually, he made most of his money in arms trafficking and in money laundering. Also, Bill Gates wasn't going to Epstein Island to give Jeffrey Epstein money. Jeffrey Epstein, he went to ask for money. Think about this, okay? Bill Gates, at once, before the wealthiest man in the world, he was begging Jeff Epstein for money. Think about that. All right? Okay, so let us look at who he is. Okay, this is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel, as you know, is one of the wealthiest men in America. And Peter Thiel and Jeff Epstein are arranging a time to meet. Again, it's not Jeffrey Epstein is seeking these guys out, they're seeking him out, okay? Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, he's actually trying to arrange an appointment with Jeffrey Epstein. All right, why? Because Jeffrey Epstein says, I represent the Rothschilds. All right? Your money is fake. Your money is stock market money. Your money is an illusion. I represent real money, real power, real wealth. Okay? All right? The Rothschilds. All right. So Jeffrey Epstein is very close with the Rothschild family. Why? Well, this is Irena de Rothschild, one of the members of the Rothschild family, okay? And in December 2018, okay, this is a year before he dies, all right? Jeffrey Epstein sends Irena de Rothschild an email saying, hey, let me tell you something really funny. Harvard is saying that when Hitler was poor, he lived in a home, a charity home, that was financed by 3 wealthy families who are Jewish. And who are these 3 wealthy families? They're the Rothschilds, right? Then there are the Epsteins, me, and the Gutmans. So these 3 families, Rothschilds, Epsteins, and Gutmans, go way back centuries. All right? So Epstein is a member of one of the most powerful families in the world. All right? Now, Irena de Rothschild responds and says, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory, right? It's just saying that the Jews created Hitler. And Epstein gets angry at her and says, no, it's 100% true, man. Hitler was selling his clothes and already living in a shelter funded by Jews. Epstein, Rothschild, and Gutman, no conspiracy. It's really true, okay? The Epsteins, who are we? We're the Vienna bankers. All right? We've been around for the longest time. You Rothschilds think you're powerful? Well, we're powerful too. Okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so the FBI is running an investigation on Jeffrey Epstein, and they created a file on him. And there's a confidential human source, a spy basically, who they recruit to tell them who Jeffrey Epstein is and what his network is. And the FBI is sort of blown away by what they discover, okay? So, Amber, could you help me read, please? Okay, all right. All right, so I want you to start at the top, and it's a bit hard to read, okay, but try your best.
Okay. Jeffrey Epstein was represented by Dershowitz.
Alan Dershowitz, okay? Alan Dershowitz is a Harvard professor. He's one of the most powerful men in America, okay? Alan Dershowitz. Keep on going.
CHS remembered Dershowitz tell Alex Ocasio, U.S. Attorney of Southern District of Florida at the time, that Epstein belonged to both U.S. and Allied intelligence services.
Okay, so in 2008, Epstein was arrested in Florida for doing inappropriate behavior, okay? And Alan Dershowitz comes in and says, hey, you can't arrest this guy because he works for intelligence. Actually, the truth of the matter is, intelligence works for him, okay? Keep on going.
CHS shared phone calls between Dershowitz and Epstein during which he/she took notes. After these calls, Mossad would then call Dershowitz to debrief. Epstein was close to the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak, and trained as a spy under him. Barak believed Netanyahu was a criminal. Saudi Arabia Israel and the United Arab Emirates are allied against Qatar, Turkey, Iran, and Syria.
That's not okay. All right. So here it says that Epstein worked for Mossad. That's not true. Okay. All right. So you look at Epstein's life. He actually started his career at Dalton. Dalton is one of the most prestigious elite schools in America. That's where all the most powerful, wealthiest families send their children. Okay. He was hired as a teacher. Then he went to work for Bear Stearns. Bear Stearns, which is a financial firm, and there he learned finance. But then he went to work for Doug Leese. Who is Doug Leese? Doug Leese is an arms trafficker involved with Iran-Contra. Okay, so he's one of the biggest global arms traffickers in the world. And then he started to work for Barack, who is the prime minister or the former prime minister of Israel. All right, so you're like, everyone's like, okay, well,
that shit sounds illegal.
Well, it's because he sucks everything, and that's why he was being moved from one place.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. Being an arms trafficker it just sounds illegal. You know, like the way he says it, like arms trafficker, global arms trafficker. It's like, damn, he ain't on nobody list, nobody most wanted list.
Place to another, okay? But another way of saying this is he's an operative, and he's being trained in how power works by mentors. Does that make sense? Let's just say I have a big company, right? And I'm a chairman. My son is going to inherit this company. How do I train him to be a good boss? Well, I have him work in different departments of the company, and I have mentors train him in these different departments, right? So what is Dalton? Dalton is education, right? What is Bear Stearns? Finance. What is Doug Leese? He is criminal, arms trafficking. And who is Barad? He is intelligence, right? Does that make sense, guys? He's being trained, mentored in the different sectors of power in the world. All right? Keep on reading.
Masha Drokova telephone number is based in Silicon Valley. She has been running a firm called Day One Ventures, which is supposedly an early-stage investment company. She used to be Russian President Vladimir Putin's main contact in the Russian youth movement. CHS and Drokova spoke, but Drokova did not talk at all about technology. Instead, she looked at CHS and said, "You knew Epstein, didn't you?" She said Epstein was a wonderful man.
Okay, so Epstein was connected with Vladimir Putin, okay? All right, let's read the last section. This is the most important, okay?
CHS advised Shabad.
Okay, Shabad Lubavitch, right? The organization we talked about. Yes, keep on going.
Shabad is doing everything they can do to co-opt the Trump presidency. Shabad is basically state-sanctioned Judaism. It is used by Putin to keep tabs on all the Russo-Jewish oligarchs. On the day Trump was elected president, Ivanka Trump and Jared
Kushner.
Jared
it doesn't say Kushner, but keep on going.
Were at the gravesite of Rabbi Sneerson.
Okay. So remember last class, I showed you a video of Netanyahu approaching a rabbi called Rabbi Sneerson and saying, "Will you give me your blessing?" And Sneerson says, "Yes, I will. And please hurry up and make the Messiah come." Okay? So it's all interconnected. Okay, Netanyahu, Sneerson, the Trump family, Putin, and it's all connected through Shabbat Lubavitch and Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, keep on going.
Who was the most powerful rabbi in the Shabbat network? Jared didn't disclose his stake in Cadre because of its ties to the Russian state, NFI. CHS believed this is the real Russian collusion story. Kushner had moved a lot of Russian investment money around. The FBI should investigate Kushner's family charities to find evidence of corruption and money laundering. Shabbat routinely uses charities to launder money.
Okay, so this is it, guys, okay? This is it. The FBI did an investigation. What they discovered is that Jeffrey Epstein and Jared Kushner are both part of this transnational network that's able to co-opt different nation states, including Russia, including America. And they're all connected to this other transnational religious organization called the Shabbat Lubavitch. And their leader is Rabbi Sneerson. It's all one big network, all right? And let's look at this. Okay, this is a report, a secret government report. What happened was that when Americans went into Afghanistan, the British went in too. And Prince Andrew, who is the brother to the king, asked the British government to investigate investment opportunities in Afghanistan. Okay, so this is the British government. And so whatever they report has to be confidential. It's basically state secret. And this report tells Prince Andrew where's the best place to invest in Afghanistan. And what does Prince Andrew do? He emails it directly to Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? You think these guys work for the government, Prince Andrew. No, no, no. They work for Jeffrey Epstein, who works for the Rothschilds. All right? All right. This is Libya. All right. So in February 2011, okay, this is July 2011, America starts bombing Libya. And it seems as though Gaddafi will fall. And already Jeffrey Epstein and his friends are discussing how to make money out of this, right? Because they know that Libya has many assets frozen in American banks. So once a new government comes into place, then this new government will want the money back, right? And Jeffrey Epstein and his friends are like, let's do this for them and get a commission, right? Can you read?
Understood. Remember, there are already 80 billion in frozen funds/assets internationally, of which $32.4 billion is in the US, and it is estimated that the real number is somewhere between 3 to 4 times this number in sovereign, stolen, and misappropriated assets. So if we can identify/recover 5% to 10% of these monies and receive 10% to 25% as compensation, we are talking about billions of dollars. But the real carrot is if we can become their go-to guys, because they plan to spend at least $100 billion next year to rebuild their country and jumpstart the economy. Also, remember, Libya is a rich country, as its population is 2 million less than the city of New York, and it has the 9th largest crude oil and natural gas reserves on the planet, and a literacy rate of almost 80%.
Okay, do you guys understand what's happening, okay? These are parasites. They look at geopolitics and they're like, how can we take advantage of geopolitical events to make the most money for ourselves? All right? And you're like, okay, well, Jeffrey Epstein is gone. Oh, sorry, okay, all right. So something else I want to discuss with you is Bitcoin, okay? So this is a Guardian article that shows that Jeffrey Epstein was helping to finance the development of Bitcoin, all right? But not only that, I want to show you this picture. This happened in 2004 at Harvard, okay? This is Larry Summers, who is the president of Harvard University. This is Steven Pinker, one of Harvard's most famous scholars. And this guy is Jeffrey Epstein, all right? Who's paying for this dinner? Probably Jeffrey Epstein. And you're like, what is happening here? And again, I keep on telling you guys this. You think academia is about pursuing truth, doing research. No, it's not. It's about protecting and justifying the status quo. It's about providing a network for powerful people to meet together and to work together. Okay? And the Jeffrey Epstein files reveals this, how corrupt academia and science are. It's all part of this huge transnational network, this grand alliance between science, crime, and intelligence in order to extract as much value from the world as possible, okay? These are parasites. And you're like, okay, how about Jared Kushner? Well, Jared Kushner's doing the same thing, guys, okay? This is Jared Kushner, right? Who's this guy? Vladimir Putin. What are they doing? They're discussing peace in Ukraine. Because what Jared Kushner is saying to Putin is, listen, I can negotiate, okay, I'm speculating, okay? I don't know, okay? But I imagine he's a real estate developer, so he's saying to Putin, hey, after this peace treaty happens between Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine will need to be redeveloped. So you should give opportunities to, okay? Okay, so that's Russia. Then you go to Iran. This is Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, and the Omani foreign minister. And before the attack against Iran happened, there were these peace negotiations between the Iranians and Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, who represent the Americans. So this guy, Steve Witkoff, during the negotiations, went on TV and said that, oh, the Iranians are trying to they're trying to enrich weapons-grade uranium as soon as possible, okay? So what Steve Witkoff is doing is he's sabotaging the peace negotiations. These guys are negotiating with the Iranians not to create a peace treaty, but to create a justification for war. All right? Oh, and also, this is Jared Kushner. Sorry. Oh, crap. All right. This is Jared Kushner, this is Steve Witkoff, and this is Benjamin Netanyahu. What are they doing? They're discussing peace in Gaza. Why? Because after peace happens in Gaza, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are going to lead a real estate team to develop Gaza into these luxury villas, guys. Okay? So this is how the world works. All right? But again, there's a problem with the system, all right? So, okay, well, this is the way the world works. Now, the question then is, okay, if this is the way the world works, and Jerry Epstein, Jared Kushner, and others are the real power in the world, and they represent the elite, how do we know this? Why is the Epstein files out in the government website, right? Why is it that you can go on the Department of Justice and look at all these things? Well, because there's a problem with this system. And it's this. This system is a parasite, right? So they are extracting value from the nation state. So other elites are asking themselves, why can't they be the parasites, but not us, right? So what's happening is a civil war between the elite, these people, and the counter-elite, people who want to take the position and become the parasites. Okay? And that's why we're seeing this conflict right now emerge in America. All right? Any questions, guys?
All right, Chad, that's the end of that, man. I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten sleepy, Chad. I'm gotten sleepy, so I'm finna call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel, Chad. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I had a good night. I'm just tired, man, and this light is doing me in, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, I don't wanna fall asleep on cam in front of you guys. But I will be back tomorrow night, man. I will see you guys on the next one. Make sure you have all notifications turned on so you never miss another live stream. Power to the plugs, man.